Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
It is a great day to be alive on this Monday. Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust. Alongside me, Wisconsin backer. Trying to figure out what that button up makes me feel like an accountant,
yeah,
a banker. You look like a bank teller.
It feels like cubicle.
Cubicle Kyle.
Cubicle
you do
Kyle
look like
today.
Cubicle Kyle.
Yeah, it's been a year since I've been in a cubicle. Still hate it, but hey, here we are.
Brad Nortman, longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl 50 runner-up. Welcome back, Brad.
Guys, it's good to be back. It was freezing, though, in Georgia and Jacksonville. I'm talking about freezing. Flurries in South Georgia, Jacksonville in the 20s. I brought it with me. I was looking for some escape, and I brought the cold with me. So, tell all my friends.
Wait, did you actually plan on going to a warm, this is like a warm climate trip?
It should be in the 60s right now. It should be. And I got 30s. That's what I got down there. An all-time
Brad.
cold.
In his defense, that is messed up. It's like 30 down in beyond.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Iguanas are falling from the trees.
Were they?
The frozen iguanas?
Frozen iguanas.
Frozen iguanas.
I
it's a
told you
thing.
you're not supposed to touch them.
Yeah, well,
Was he
I
not
don't
here
know
when we
about-
talked about this on air?
Probably not.
I don't know.
I feel like we
There's
talked
no
about
iguanas
frozen
like in
iguanas.
Jacksonville,
Yeah,
South
we
Florida.
did, but Strofe isn't.
I
found out about these on Saturday.
Well, we talked about it, and were you here all last week?
I was here all last week.
Could it have possibly been the 1 hour? It was last week, Thursday, when. No, we ran the show. You were with us.
When we talked about
all
frozen,
week.
You were there when we talked about frozen iguanas, right?
You guys
Think
know my
so.
memory sometimes. Were you weren't here?
I don't think so. I was talking about. I don't remember
Frozen
if I was.
iguanas aside, 800-990-3776.
Imagine 20-pound iguanas just falling from trees.
And they're not dead.
No,
Nope,
they're
not
not
that.
stunned.
They're
stunned.
not talking
Kyle,
about how my friend had an iguana.
We talked about this. I don't
That's
know
crazy.
when.
You know what?
Can you use ChatGPT to find out when in KBN we talked about iguanas? Because I want to know if your ass was there.
That's
800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line. Of course, get us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison and the ESPN Wisconsin app. It's super easy to use, and it's good to have the full show together here all week, I believe, right? Yeah, thumbs up.
All
Sweet.
week.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Only for now.
What do you mean only for now?
I mean, I know vacations are coming up.
Okay. Well,
I got a vacation in a few weeks. Kyle's got a vacation in a few weeks.
I do not have a vacation in a few weeks. He made that up.
Yeah, I'm quite a bit till I have a vacation.
You have a staycation in a few weeks.
Yeah, which means I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here.
But you're taking off the weekend,
Sunday Karma,
which is on the weekend.
which is not Kyle Brust.
You don't have to take off for Sunday Karma, do you?
no.
That's like submitting a PTO day.
Oh no! I do have to let people know.
No, you got to text, hey, I'm not going to be here. Sunday Karma 10 to noon with whoever shows up between Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe, Craig Karmazin, and Greg Scouser.
Brad said, hell no, I know you ain't.
Brad, I had a conversation with Kyle about this on Friday when you were gone. We had Jason Woolley join us not only on Thursday, but on Friday to continue discussing this because I really think it's a pivotal year as it is every year, but even more so with what we saw heading into the Denver Broncos game. And you could even say at halftime of the Denver Broncos game of the Green Bay Packers 2025 season. We've talked a lot about the free agents in which the Packers have that are in the top 25 or the top 30 of, potential players that might get signed. There's other free agents. The Packers roster in 2025 lacked depth. We talked about that. We've also are now talking about how the roster turnover is going to be really interesting. So how do you thread the needle of being the Green Bay Packers with Jordan Love and Micah Parsons and looking at how you're going to potentially lose a left tackle, a center, and a guard, and who knows if Aaron Banks is going to be brought back. We've talked a lot about that, and that's not like a foregone conclusion that he will be back. How do you make this? How do you fill where you're at in terms of getting starters that you need to compete for championships and fill depth? You don't have a first round pick. You typically, if you're a draft and develop team, this would be the time that you probably want to re-sign some of these guys like Quay Walker. Like if you think he's too pricey for you guys, well, that means you probably don't think he's valuable enough to keep. And that's the key part here. So I ask you, Brad, because I think this is a major puzzle to figure out how they're a championship-worthy team next year when you found out that they didn't have the depth, and now they're going to be losing starters and need to have depth. How do you make it all happen, Bradley Nortman?
Brian Gutekunst is going to have his best offseason of his entire career. That's the only way I can see this. Brian Gutekunst is going to have the best season of his entire career, and he's going to have to cook all offseason. Because naturally, the season ends, everything is so viscerally focused on the coaching staff, as it should be. That's when they are cooking. That's when what they do comes to light. Changes occur in the coaching staff. Matt LaFleur gets extended. There's a natural pivot of the spotlight from coaching to roster development. And I've been thinking about roster development lately and what Goody has in store for him. And I don't see any way this team can become a title contender unless Goody has the best offseason of his whole career. Before you feel bad for him, though, he made this bed. I mean, Goody made this bed that he has to now figure out with. The 2020 to 2022 draft, those guys are entering 2026, years 4 to 6 in their NFL careers. That is your prime time. That is when the guys who you drafted in 2020 to 2022 should be your dudes. They should be all pro. They should be prime. They should be the backbone of your roster. The problem is Brian Gutekunst had one legit player from 2020, Jordan Love. That's a pretty good one, though. From 2021, zero. There are 0 guys that are currently still on this roster.
Excuse me, the number was 1. How many picks and how many?
2020, 0 from 2021 that are even on the Packer roster.
Again, just remind people the names for.
Well, so
it's not sake of feeling bad.
2020 was Jordan Love, very good. That's very, very good. But
AJ Dillon, Josiah DeGuara. I meant 2021.
At 2021, Eric Stokes,
gone.
Josh Myers,
gone.
Amari Rogers, Royce Newman,
gone.
TJ Slayton,
gone.
Yep.
Shamar Jean
Isaiah McDuffie, I guess, is the one guy that's still on the team who's got a fringe starter and a contributor. Cole Van Landen doing pretty well in Jacksonville, though.
Big contract.
In 2022, so this is what brought me to this attention, because the 2022 draft are the guys that are about to be free agents. So when Ben sort of set this up saying, well, there's a lot of roles to fill, those are the guys that you should be clamoring to try to keep. There's one guy on there that you do want to keep, and he's already done that, is Zach Tom. But you got Quay Walker, starter, good, but I'm not trying to pay him top-end linebacker money.
He's replaceable.
Devontae Wyatt, he gave him the 5th year, but he is injured, and he really hasn't popped. He's like a solid D lineman.
Often injured.
Christian Watson, good when healthy, but not so much availability. Sean Ryan's going to be going to free agency. Romeo Dobbs going to free agency. Kingsley Enagbare, Rasheed Walker. All these guys you look at and say they're good.
Dan, that's a lot of guys. You need 2 of them to be guys.
That's the thing. He's gotten slightly better, not his first-round draft picks, but slightly better in the recent years. That is why this team continues to stay young. 2020 to 2022, just objectively bad drafts if you want to be a contender right now. So when you look at O-line, D-line, cornerback, linebacker with losing Quay, these are probably among the most important position groups on an NFL team. For sure, the trenches and the O-line and D-line. So I think of guys that will likely not be Packers next year, maybe 1 or 2 of these guys brought back on a different deal. Dobbs, Rasheed Walker, Quay Walker, Sean Ryan, Elton Jenkins, Rashawn Gary, Nate Hobbs, Aaron Banks, probably back on a different deal. You're talking about Kingsley Enagbare. That's 8 to 10 starters. That is almost half of your starters. And that's before you figure out, is anybody else on the team just struggling? Because it's not like you got a bunch of cornerbacks that are elite, so you'd like to upgrade in that position. So he is going to have to nail, and I mean nail, probably 3 to 4 starters in this year's draft. He's going to need another.
Which, by the way, is so hard to do. It's supposed to be your 2, your 3 that you get, especially without a first-round pick this year. It's even harder.
Down. Yeah, without a first-round
and you're in your
pick.
Championship window. So this is my puzzle.
This
is my puzzle, because even if he cooks in the draft, I don't know if that changes things.
Well,
and
he's
we
going to
know
have to have 3 to 4 picks in the draft without a first-round draft pick that are actual starters, and they don't suck. They're good. Like, they're good year one starters. He's going to have another 3 to 4 free agents that are starters, that come in and say, okay, this is a guy you're starting, but not the Aaron Banks, Nate Hobbs starters. We're talking about the Xavier McKinney, Josh Jacobs starters. 3 to 4 drafted, 3 to 4 in free agency, and then you're just going to need some guys to, again, I'm not going to use the word take the next step. You're going to need some guys to arrive. We need some guys to arrive, and that means prior draft picks in 2023 and 2024 that have been solid.
Yeah.
But guys to actually arrive. No more next step, actually arrive. That is a daunting task that we haven't seen Goody be able to pull off from start to finish. Well, so he's going to have the best offseason of his entire career.
And the biggest issue has been alluded to is the fact that you didn't have depth. In the class of 2024, you were looking to draft guys that could potentially be the heir apparents to replace a Rasheed Walker, to replace a Sean Ryan, to move on from Josh Myers and then Elton Jenkins, because you drafted a center, you drafted a tackle in that draft. But guess what? Those guys haven't turned out. Jordan Morgan, he's going to play next year because he's a first-round pick, but you drafted Travis Glover, isn't working out. You drafted a guy in Jacob Monk, not working out for us to see so far, where he couldn't even get into the game to be a backup. And so that is the biggest issue that the Packers have, is that he did draft for depth, but he got it wrong. And that's why I feel like we need to point the finger more at Goody in the lack thereof. Is yes, you can trade for Micah Parsons and you get applauded for that, but also it's not just about one player. It's not just about living off the fact that you drafted Jordan Love. You have to build a roster around Jordan Love. And at this point, the Packers are getting caught with the pants down in this offseason where you just don't have the pieces to replace the guys you want to move on from. And that is not usual for the Packers, especially when it comes to offensive line. We have had a long run of being able to move guys in. You see it with Rasheed Walker. You see it with Zach Tom. You see it with Sean Ryan. We don't have those same names stepping up. Yes, Anthony Belton seems he's going to be a right guard, but how much confidence do we have in him?
Thank you.
I said stepping up, right?
It's the same thing. Take the next step, stepping up. I mean, come on.
What is it, Brad?
I'd say if you want to get at Goody, like you talk about the offensive line, you can go to the names all you want. They literally made it an emphasis after 2024.
Yeah.
The way that they got manhandled against the Eagles in the trenches, they're like, we're gonna remake our offensive line, and they failed at that.
Yeah.
Because now not only did they fail at it, it's not that they were horrible, that they weren't to the standard that people in Green Bay are used to from an offensive line standpoint. Now we're talking about the mass exodus potentially of free agents and the guys, as you mentioned, Kyle, that are supposed to be taking those places that a lot of people don't have a lot of confidence in. You just don't. Like,
yeah.
I think you could go off of data saying, well, when Jordan Morgan has played left tackle, you can't. Like,
if he was good enough to be a great left tackle, he would beat
Rasheed Walker out. He's a first round pick. You know, so this is where it gets interesting to me. Of like, and I talk about that safety position a lot because when Jeff Hafley, and we loved playing his opening presser when he came the defensive coordinator, he wanted a safety that was going to be Iron Man, essentially, like could do everything. Gang tackle, be on the ball, create turnovers, communicate, sideline to sideline, finishing play.
What a clip.
It was amazing. And I'm not saying that they completely made the safety position better in Green Bay because of Hafley, but that group is good. And that's not like the most important group on that side of the ball, which now, like, you got that figured out. Now you got to figure out the cornerbacks. You got to figure out the defensive line. And I'd say that's more important than having a good safety group.
Yeah, I mean, that's why these position groups, D-line, I'll tell you what, even just O-line and D-line, if your O-line and D-line are the bottom half of the NFL, which I think that's the direction both of these teams both these units are trending, this is going to be the most roster upheaval that the Green Bay Packers will have experienced since Jordan Love took over. I think this will probably be maybe not, I can't proclaim them the worst because there's going to be some new people. This will be the most unproven offensive line of Jordan Love's career. So if you don't have at least top half O-line, you have a top half D-line, you are going to be set up for failure. And I do think the one way this team, obviously Goody needs to cook for about 8 starters. But the one way this team becomes a Super Bowl team is if Jordan Love plays at an MVP level.
But it's hard to play at an MVP level in O-line, though.
It's very hard to do if you have a struggling O-line.
Let's take a trip down memory lane because the safety position, we got to figure it out. And this is what Jeff Hafley, the now head coach of the Miami Dolphins, who did re-sign Joe Barry to be his linebackers coach and run game coordinator. Shout out to that old name. This is what he wanted to safety. I love this audio so much.
I want a guy who can erase things. We got to eliminate explosive plays when we play this defense. So if a run hits up the middle, this guy's got to come out of the middle field with his hair on fire. He's got to be able to get a guy down. I also want him to be a guy when a ball carrier's wrapped up, he goes and he finishes off the pile. I want a guy who can go from sideline to sideline and take the ball away. I think that position has to be a guy with high ball production, meaning he's got to be able to intercept the ball.
What else?
He's got to be a guy that can communicate, and he's got to be a guy that can get guys lined up and make some calls back there. And I'd love a guy who can play man, so I guess I'm describing the perfect player to you. But those are some of the traits that I would look for in playing that position.
That's 11 qualifying. That's 11. That is crazy.
Xavier McKinney
and Evan Williams both fit the mold of what he described.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he wasn't talking about all 11 guys. He was talking about the safety position, as we just went through.
I love how he ends with, well, I guess I'm kind of describing a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, essentially.
The perfect player to you.
Yeah.
I mean, he came in with that emphasis, and look what happened.
Yes, and he found a head coaching job in Miami. Kyle Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I love that so much. I really do. And again, I truly loved hearing it. And I think people in Miami, you heard, he won the press conference. He definitely probably did. If you know Jeff Hafley, he speaks really well. We'll see what he does as a head coach, but we'll see how Jonathan Gannon replaces him. But I guess next, who are you most mad at right now when it comes to the Milwaukee Bucks? Is it the front office? Is it Doc? Is it Giannis? Like, whatever it is. So you can be, if you want to be mad at Giannis, you can be mad at Giannis. If you want to be mad at Doc Rivers for basically looking like he's just collecting like Social Security as the head coach, you can do that. Whatever it is, what are you mad at? 800-990-3776 because trade deadline's coming. I don't think anything's happened, but people keep talking about it. Next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
I have never seen BBL together. I've seen BBQ, barbecue. I've seen other things like that. I've never seen BBL.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
I would have liked to have seen the process go a little bit longer. I would have loved to have seen them evaluate. And then if it still comes back Gannon, great.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It did feel like there was maybe a little bit of a push. If you don't bring him in and get him done now, he's going somewhere else.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, this is Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Valentine's Day is almost here, and Racine Danish Kringles has you covered with their heart-shaped Kringle. You know my family loves Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles, and sometimes they share it with me. Racine Danish Kringles offers a heart-shaped Kringle with pink icing in raspberry, chocolate silk cherry, and pecan flavors to send to your loved one. Order at Kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles, the official pastry of ESPN Wisconsin. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
Imagine working with a contractor that quits halfway through a project or never calls you back when you have questions, or worse, takes your money and you never see them again. Unfortunately, we hear about them all the time. Hi, this is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, and Siding Unlimited is absolutely not that company. Siding Unlimited has been doing business for 32 years, proving to be an honest, ethical, and forthright company. If you're looking for the honest guys for your next siding, windows, roofing, and doors project, stop by sidingunlimited.com today.
Grab the dial and crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here, you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
The Superb Owl Squares contest is back, and it's a total game changer. Listen to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy all weekend. Get your squares during the show, presented by Professional Construction, Inc. One lucky winner takes home a virtual interior design service valued at $500. Perfect if your space appears to be in a rebuilding year and not championship caliber. Call an audible and let the pros draw up the winning play. Learn more at ProfessionalConstructionInc.com. Listen to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy for Superb Owl Squares this week on 94.5 ESPN. You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
On Twitter at KBNESPN, you can find a poll in which we want to hear from you at 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and Text line. Who are you most mad at about the current state of the Milwaukee Bucks? Giannis, Doc Rivers, John Horst, Shams and the NBA insiders, or anything else we may have missed? Open to you. 800-990-3776.
It's the front office for me. I can't get mad at Giannis. Doc, mad isn't the word I'd use. He's just... I'm not mad at him. He's just he's clowning around out there. Like I can't take him seriously.
Do you just nothing him?
Nothing. It's probably worse than being mad at. And I feel like Shams is just doing his job. We just don't want to hear it. The front office, I'm not mad that they are potentially listening for offers for Giannis. I'm mad that they created a world in which Giannis has to leave. Like that, it's the only way forward, guys. To me, it's the only way forward. Giannis is not going to want to stay here. A second championship is not on the horizon. They don't have the assets or the roster to make that happen. So a world has been created where Giannis wanted to be here for life. He wanted to be here for 20 years. And bad decisions, bad draft picks, bad contracts has created a world where Giannis is basically saying to himself and saying to the NBA world, it's not here. I can't have my future here. So I look at the front office and say, you created this world where Giannis has to go. It's the only way forward. And for that, I'm most mad at it. There's no way, going back 5 years, shouldn't have been able to manipulate the roster and keep rolling to keep on having competitive teams with Giannis. They didn't do that. They're probably the worst roster in the NBA, especially without Giannis. I'm looking at you, front office.
Yeah, John Horst is the one that gets most of the blame because of what you said, Brad. It is his job to construct a roster. Again, I don't give a dang how many swings you take at it, but if you keep swinging and missing, swinging and missing, swinging and missing, guess what? Your team is going to end up in the state that it currently is for the Milwaukee Bucks. So John Horst deserves a lot of the blame. But I don't want to absolve Giannis from any of this as well, because what we do have to understand is that Giannis was okay with Bud getting fired.
Hey, what's up, Thanasis? What's going on? Come in here.
Thanasis? Yes, his brother was responsible for some of this. It said we can get on Horst, which we should, because Giannis can be mad about, hey, we need to move on from this coach, or hey, I want to bring in these guys, and you can do all these different things to try to make him happy. But if you don't pull the right strings, then you end up getting all the blame. And all the blame, really, a lot of it goes to Horst. But Giannis, he takes some blame in this.
But isn't this a little bit like a good director who's trying to direct a movie with a high-maintenance superstar actor? Like, I don't know what Leonardo DiCaprio or Tom Cruise is behind the scenes, but they may throw a fit when the camera's off, but you put your arm around him and say, hey, Just trust my vision on this. Just trust it. You're going to love the premiere night. It's going to be great. You're going to be looking amazing. I can already see you right there. It's on the front office to put their arms around Giannis and say, I get that you might want this, but this is the vision. This is the promise.
Brad, what you're missing is that there were some actors in this movie that were past their prime, and Giannis was saying, I still want to have these washed-up actors on the screen with me, even though these actors are way past their prime. When we're
Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard equals who?
I mean, well, I would say Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday was definitely past their prime in a sense of how the level of greatness. You talk about a Brook Lopez as well. These are guys that Giannis really admired and wanted to be around, and maybe even a Pat Connaughton that were really good team guys. But at the end of the day, something the Packers don't do. The Packers don't wait a year too late to get rid of you. They get rid of you a year early. The
sure do.
Bucks waited a year too late to get rid of guys, and then all of a sudden you find yourself throwing away Chris Middleton where he has no value. You find yourself trading Drew
You're
Holiday
literally doing it to get yourself out of a financial situation, not building assets.
And so
because ain't no way Kyle Kuzma is considered an asset.
And so that is the overall problem for the Bucks, and a lot of that does fall on the shoulders of Giannis. Giannis wanted the Bucks to be able to shake things up so they can continue chasing rings, which is exactly what they should do when you have a guy of his caliber. But sometimes you got to take patience, and I think back to when Kobe stuck around when the Lakers did a mini rebuild where his team was absolutely garbage around him, and he was patient, granted it's L.A., and they were able to rebuild and bring him another title. The Bucks didn't do a reset and a rebuild. There should have been a point probably after the Bucks got put out by the Boston Celtics in the playoffs that they should have considered maybe doing a reset, and they didn't do it.
When you say reset's a strong word, maybe resetting the core around him.
Yeah.
Bobby Portis's value was high. Brook Lopez, you could have got more out of them when you got rid of him later. Obviously, Chris Middleton, we saw what happened there. But do you want an unhappy Giannis? They had to make that decision as well. I think Dr. Denver Dan, this is why I threw the question to Kyle, because he goes, I'm not mad at Giannis the player, I'm mad at Giannis the GM. Just like I wasn't mad at Rodgers the player, I was mad at Rodgers the wannabe GM. And I know Strofe, we've talked about this. I think we've all thought it a little bit, but Giannis is so likable that it's a lot harder to throw him under the bus for maybe having influence. But at the same time, I don't know about this offseason. It didn't feel to me as if Giannis was in the total loop about Dame.
Or Miles Turner.
So, at times there's been Giannis, true. And then there's times where the Bucks have been the Bucks and said, well, yeah, we're gonna defer all this money and strap ourselves.
But if the Bucks don't make a move, right? They don't
agree.
Then what do we? He might be a New York Knick at this point.
They're probably in even worse shape than they are right now.
The last
that's tough to say coming off a 79-point performance last night.
After starting off 12-0.
But I also wanted to add here, I think this isn't an option on the poll, but also what I wanted to hear from KBN Nation at 800-990-3776, Carbos Talk a text line. I'm mad at all the injuries we've had the 3+ years. I get that.
Yeah.
I do get that from a 2022. I thought they were primed. Chris Middleton got hurt. Giannis single-handedly still almost drug them to the Eastern Conference Finals when they played Boston in the semis. Then you go to the next year. Giannis gets hurt. Is that first Dame year, 2023?
Yes, 23-24 season.
Yeah, and he's walking around with an injury as a decoy as Giannis is out, and Chris Middleton's getting buckets against the Pacers, and they lose that series. And so, part of his injuries, part of it is when you build a team that's a little bit older.
I will say
that's part of the equation.
Keep building the old roster.
As much as people want to say that 2021 run, had some luck because Durant's toe on the line and stuff like that. This dynasty that never really was experienced some really bad luck. All the injuries after the title, even before the title, I felt like 19 and 20, those were the years this team was so primed. I mean, so primed to win a title. 19, they just blew it, plain and simple. They would have beaten a beaten up Golden State team. And then 2020 was the craziest year of our lifetime as far as going into a bubble, and that changed everything. So the lack of luck that this team has had in order to get a second title has been hard to ignore. But when it comes to Giannis, and even if we don't know, we're speculating how much Giannis put his fingerprint on and say, you know what, we are doing this with the roster. When does it become John Horst's job to say, Giannis, I love you. Trust me that I'm doing what it takes to win for the long term. I feel like as a GM, managing personalities,
he's frightened
managing
to
players
He's
is part
frightened
of
to
it.
make them mad.
But winning cures all. So if you can create a winning roster, then it cures all. But if you create a losing roster, then you're going to lose them anyway, which is exactly what's happening now.
Let's go to Justin in Milwaukee, 800-990-3776. You're up on the Carbless Talking text line. Where are you putting your emotions towards in this Buck situation?
Kind of goes all over. But one of the biggest things is Giannis. He's been given everything he's wanted. Go to another team and see if they treat him the way we've treated him. I don't think they will. I just don't think another team is going to throw out the red carpet. Giannis, what do you want? Because if he goes to Golden State, he's not going to be the number one guy.
Well, I mean, let's slow down on the number one guy thing. Steph is Steph, but he's an aging Steph.
Yeah.
7 years difference. Again, at this point, what Giannis is looking for isn't a red carpet. What he cares about is confetti. He said he wants a second championship. So I think at this point it's less about how he's treated and more about if he gets the results that he's looking for that he's likely not going to get here in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and a better general manager, because when I look at it as well with John Horst, if John Horst would have drafted a little bit better, I know Strofe and I have gone back and forth about this, but if he would have hit on another person that could have been, a 16-point real contributor to this team, then maybe we're having a different conversation, but we took a lot of swings at it and we haven't been successful. That's why a lot falls on John Horst as the guy who was the orchestrator of putting this team together. But again, Giannis, he has some influence behind the scenes, and he constantly put pressure on this organization to continually want to be successful and continually want to win without taking the time to probably pause and say, well, maybe we need to have a year where we can reconfigure and figure out what we're going to do. And this probably would have been the year to kind of reconfigure.
Well, it sounds like there was not a level of collaboration. If it's true that, Giannis is like, I want this, and they just do it, there should have been more like vision casting and collaboration so they could both come to a thing where it's like, this is what we're going to do this year. This is what it looks like.
It felt very year by year.
Yeah,
100%. It was very year by year. There was no
Packers,
long-term vision after the championship. It was like, hey, we're going to run it back, but then when it didn't work, and then they started getting hurt, it was like, oh, hell, this is not going to look good unless we find a way to get healthy guys like Dame and Chris and Giannis all together. And we all saw the record. They were unbelievable when they are on the floor, all three of them at the same time. Problem is, about 10 games.
Yeah, the Packers and the Brewers think long-term to a fault. Probably too much. The Bucks think short-term to a fault. Again, probably too much.
How often do a trio of, and Giannis, I think Giannis was just 30 at the time, but how often do a whole bunch of 30-year-olds win a championship anymore in the NBA?
I would say it was probably a little bit like in the not today's NBA does that happen very often. In prior years,
it's been a long time. I feel like the last trio of guys in their 30s is probably the Celtics when they won with Paul Pierce and they won with KG.
Yeah,
well,
San Antonio
let's
was good for a while.
run some research before we start throwing around.
I mean, even when San Antonio did it, Kawhi Leonard wasn't in his 30s.
What about the Warriors?
When the Warriors won it in 20 what? The last time they won 2017?
Yeah, man.
No, didn't they win it? No, I guess you're right. I guess they did. I thought it was more recent than that.
We'll figure out. I understand where you're going. It would be interesting if
the last championship was in 2022. Damn.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I was like. I'm not going crazy here, am I?
How old was Clay in 2022? He had to be 30.
Yeah, I think they were all over 30.
So they're all in their 30s. So that's the last one.
Yeah. I get your point, though. It is a little more rare.
It is rare. I mean, it takes three Hall of Fame.
You sound like
Brian
Gutekunst.
But here's the thing from a Giannis standpoint. Wherever he gets traded, I guess if he does get traded, it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to sign there, which makes this whole thing interesting. I think the assumption is he'd want to go somewhere he'd sign, but is he going to sign to Golden State with an aging roster after he gets traded? That's why I don't think this whole thing's going to happen right now. It's going to be in the summer. But that's always just my opinion. We're going to see what happens together. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. We'll continue to hear from you next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
We've called him Whitey Tighties. We've called him the Hall Monitor. He's Jesse Nelson. Like he's just, I am Jesse Nelson. Kyle, you're Jesse Nelson.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Valentine's Day is almost here, and Cousin Subs has the perfect sweet treat. Our limited-time chocolate strawberry shake mixes rich chocolate and sweet strawberry flavor into one creamy, indulgent sip. Share it on a date, or enjoy it just for you. But hurry, it's only available through February 15th. Order in store, online, or in the app today. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Matrix Basements.
Despite holding an 8-point lead at the half, Marquette could not hold off a comeback from Big East foe Seton Hall as they fell 69-64. The loss brings the Golden Eagles to an 8-14 overall record and 3-9 in Big East play. Sophomore Royce Parham was sensational as he had 17 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Freshman Nigel James Jr. also chipped in 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Here's head coach Shaka Smart after the loss.
It was choppy. I mean, it was a physical game. Just too many turnovers against a team like Seton Hall. They make you pay, and we turned the ball over 16 times. Not good enough.
The Golden Eagles will get a week to rest before returning home to take on Butler for National Marquette Day on Saturday.
Brought to you by Matrix Basements. Visit gomarquette.com/matrix to enter to win 4 tickets to National Marquette Day Saturday, February 7th when Marquette hosts Butler.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. But you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
40,000 people. Let that number sink in for a second. That's not a crowd, that's a small city. But they chose relief without surgery. 40,000 people who said stop before replacing their knee or hip. There has to be another way. And they found that at QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Brad Nortman. It's those 40,000 patients who thought that they were out of options and surgery was the only answer. But today, they're moving better, hurting less, and getting their lives back thanks to QC Kinetics and their advanced regenerative treatments. The truth is, surgery isn't always the answer. QC Kinetics and Dr. Ashley Caravelli is right here in Milwaukee, using safe, natural treatments backed by real science. Treatments that activate your body's natural healing powers. Safe, natural, and non-surgical. And this is critical. The sooner you start, the faster the inflammation will ease. So it's important to get started now. 40,000 people can't be wrong. Before you say yes to surgery, call QC Kinetics for your free consultation. Call now at 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. The whole show's together. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. And, of course, you can still continue to hit us with your thoughts as we put out a poll. Who are you most upset with the current state of the Milwaukee Bucks? Is it Giannis, Horst, Doc, Shams on the insiders, injuries, whatever it is? Get it off your chest at 800-990-3776. I feel like Brad is pulling a Ben. You know how I came back on Thursday and I was thinking about all these different things. I need your guys' help to make sure I'm not going crazy. Sounds like you've been thinking about Mr. Gannon.
I have been. Gosh, that time on the plane, it really does make you think, doesn't it? I was thinking more about new Packers defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon. And I sort of went down and pulled out some old quotes from Matt LaFleur, and he mentioned some things after the Arizona Cardinal game, right? When the Packers played the Arizona Cardinals, and he was singing the praises of Jonathan Gannon's defense. And it was a lot of praise about how he used a lot of disguised looks. It was hard to know what they were doing on defense. They didn't know if they were in man or zone. It looked like man, but turned out to be zone. And there's a lot of things that he did, and Matt LaFleur's own words was disguises. And I would basically convert that to saying like he used a lot of deception and disguises in his defense. What that tells me is Matt LaFleur was looking for something specifically when it comes to a defensive coordinator. He was looking for a guy that could make this defense look better than what they are. Matt LaFleur knows the talent on this defense. They can't just go out there and beat their guys. We see that all the time.
They're not the Texans. They're not the Seahawks of this year.
They're not. They are not that team. And whether the cornerback room, you've got a Quay Walker who's likely leaving, and don't get me started on the D-line, especially without Micah Parsons. They don't win one-on-one battles. They get pushed off the ball. And you looked at
just watch Week 17.
Yeah, you look at a defense and you say, you can't just line up and play. The way this team's going to have success is using deception, using different looks, keeping the offense on their toes that way. Because I feel like the Jeff Hafley hire was kind of a fusion. I want a leader of men. I want a culture setter. But he's pretty good at giving some different looks and whatnot. But I feel like Jonathan Gannon is purely a scheme guy. And Matt LaFleur probably went into that looking at the defensive personnel and said, I know this defense cannot win on their own. The only way we're going to win is with scheme. So it's a kind of a way that Matt LaFleur is not putting an indictment on the defense, but being real with who this defense is and who they're not.
I think that's fair. Like, you have to be real about what you have, and based off all the roster potential turnover and the talent that they have, they need somebody who's going to put whatever defense they have together with some really good to great pieces, but also some like who's it going to be, and look at your cornerbacks. Like, it's not like across the board they have studs.
Yeah, and it just before I was like uncertain about this hire. I was like, I don't know, Jonathan Gannon, awkward press conference. All this. The more I think about it, the more I like the hire.
Yeah!
Because of this reason, where Matt LaFleur is looking at this roster, D-line, cornerbacks, question marks at linebacker, and saying, we are going to need scheme in order to win. So I like it more for Matt LaFleur, and the more I think about it, the less I like it for Brian Gutekunst.
Again, I like what he was able to do as a defensive coordinator, where he had a top 10 defense with the Philadelphia Eagles, and I like what he was able to get for productivity when it came to scheming for that defense as well. I know we talked about the talent that they had on the defensive line, but I look at what did talent do before and after Jonathan Gannon, and you could see that all those guys had career-type years with Jonathan Gannon being the man calling the plays, being the guy coaching the defense. And this is why I'm right there with you, Brad, understanding how do you maximize the talent that you have. We love Jeff Hafley. We understood the scheme where he was able to put guys in the position to be successful, right? That is what we saw. He was able to get almost the most out of guys, but protect them from potentially themselves, like our cornerbacks not being the greatest. Now what I'm hoping from Jonathan Gannon is that he can make these guys finally live up to what we want them to be. Now, I get it. Rashawn Gary's been in the game for a long time. I don't expect much to change, but I do have a little bit of hope for Lucas Van Ness that potentially being in under Jonathan Gannon may be able to get some more out of him looking forward to that 2026 season, because whether you like it or not, Lucas Van Ness is going to be back on this roster next year. So you need to get a guy that can get the most out of your players that you have, even a Carrington Valentine. Carrington needs to learn how to
Did he get the most out of his Cardinals team?
His Cardinal, he had to deal with a whole team that was a whole big mess. Now he can just simply focus on doing what he does best, and that is running a defense and getting the most out of guys like he did in Philadelphia. And I hope he's able to replicate that. That's why I think it was a good hire. But I think it's interesting that you take the mindset of Matt LaFleur wanted a guy that is going to be more of a mastermind genius in his mind to put the guys in a position to be successful.
Yeah, but does it concern you, Kyle, that I feel like it's a little bit of an indictment on the defense? That Matt LaFleur is saying this is not a top 5, top 10 personnel team. So you got to find someone to go be a Band-Aid.
We all know that. You're letting guys like Quay Walker walk. You don't let great guys walk when you're that close to winning a Super Bowl. You saw what happened to this defensive line when Micah Parsons and Devontae Wyatt were not there. We all know how bad our cornerbacks were. So, no, it's not an indictment. It's the truth. It's a fact. He know that he got a whole bunch of dudes that are average. We got average cornerbacks. We got Edwin Cooper with great potential. We got Quay Walker, who to me is just a good linebacker in the NFL. You got average pass rushers being overpaid for what the production is. So, no, this isn't it's an indictment, but it's something that we already knew. Who didn't know that our defense was just okay? If we didn't know after Micah Parsons went down, I don't know what sport you're watching.
I think the only thing I'm curious about is when you say you're hopeful that Jonathan Gannon will get the most out of a Lucas Van Ness is just I've seen obviously the defense of the Eagles when he's a defensive coordinator. They had dogs.
But look,
They had dogs.
They had guys.
But look at the D-line before Jonathan Gannon and after. Those guys all had career years with them. Hassan Reddick, he was already trending, but then he took off and he got paid after that. You saw the best year
Brandon Graham,
Fletcher
Cox.
Brandon Graham had his best season under.
But who is close to that caliber on the Packers roster that he could get there?
I mean,
you can't tell me that Lucas Van Ness is going to have that type of Hassan Reddick season. No, even if it was his best.
He's not a Hassan Reddick type guy, but I do believe that there's a potential where Lucas Van Ness can be a 7-sack guy, 8-sack guy. I think there's an
7 or 8 sacks.
He had 3 this year, 2.5 in a missed games. I mean, 7 sacks. 7 sacks. You can fall into
the reason why I had to bring this up is because when you talked about that, you said, I'm hopeful that he can do this, and I wanted to see, again, I understand your point about how he was able to elevate that unbelievable defensive line that they had in Philadelphia, but there has to be a talent that you can elevate.
I mean, again, he coached up a lot of guys that went on to get paid in other places and did not live up to what they were before, like a Javon Hargrave, who had some decent times after, but he was never as great as he was with the Eagles. Josh Sweat got paid, and he brought him down to Arizona with him based off how great he developed him into be. And we all know Josh Sweat wasn't some hot commodity coming out of college. So, again, I do believe there is an opportunity for him to maximize and get the most out of these guys.
If he can turn this D-line into anything productive, not even talk about the realm of that team, but anything productive, then he is nothing short of a genius.
Let's go to Chris and Muskego. You're on the Carbless Talking Text Line with KBN. What do you got, Chris?
I love you guys' show. It's probably why I listen to it every day.
Well, we appreciate you.
Personally, number one with the Bucks, it goes on ownership for extending Horst, and the situation they're in is on Horst. He's never selected in the draft anybody that had any talent that stuck around. They might have played in the G League or whatever. And then when he went and got Doc coming out of retirement, I don't care what anybody says, Doc Rivers has never developed hardly anybody that I know in the league. And we keep getting these old coaches that don't play the young guys to begin with. So how anybody that he does draft is supposed to get better if they're sitting on a bench? Then you go to the Packers, and Packers, their problem starts with Goody. He's the one that gets you the personnel. I love the hire for a defensive coordinator. I love all the guys that they're hiring that were in higher up positions. Hopefully everything comes together. But if you ain't got the personnel, I mean, the 2 guys he's got on defensive line, you just mentioned his name, Brooks or whatever, and the other guy. Why?
Started cutting out at us, Chris. We appreciate you hitting both on our conversation about the Bucks and the Packers. And maybe Chris and Muskego is an anti-front office guy right now in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I think we're a little bit too loyal with our front office guys here when it comes to our Wisconsin sports. I can't recall the last time we fired a general manager here, because when you look at it, it was for the Packers. They have never, the last one they fired was Mike Sherman, who they basically moved him from having the position, and they brought in Ted Thompson. But then after that, there has not been a fire from that position. The Milwaukee Bucks also have not fired anybody because they just moved on from somebody, a transition. And then we saw the same thing with the Brewers with the transition. So we haven't, Doug Melvin.
They kind of earned that, though.
But they earned it. But Doug Melvin was the GM, and they didn't move on from Doug, even though I think Doug did a fine job with this Brewers organization. So the Packers, the Wisconsin sports are way too loyal to these general managers and haven't led to enough titles for us.
Too Midwest nice around here for our sports teams? I don't know. We'll continue to hear from you. Plus, Bradley Nortman just shows how much he lives a different life than all of us. Coming up next.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN.
I can't believe she delegated the weeds.
I can't believe Brad just called my woman a cat.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
The Packers also got a defensive coordinator.
I like the hire. I think he's proven. He's coached high-level defenses, ones that went to the Super Bowl.
The best 60 minutes of your day happens on the Homer Hour.
It'll be interesting to see what he brings from a schematic standpoint. Ran a lot of 3 down. This team just got rebuilt to be a 4-down team.
Weekday afternoons from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Ben Brust here for the Princely Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princely Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princely Club, because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Start your better tomorrow today and grow in all areas of your life at the Princely Club. Join for a better tomorrow.
Imagine working with a contractor that quits halfway through a project or never calls you back when you have questions, or worse, takes your money and you never see them again. Unfortunately, we hear about them all the time. Hi, this is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, and Siding Unlimited is absolutely not that company. Siding Unlimited has been doing business for 32 years, proving to be an honest, ethical, and forthright company. If you're looking for the honest guys for your next siding, windows, roofing, and doors project, stop by sidingunlimited.com today.
Hey, this is Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Valentine's Day is almost here, and Racine Danish Kringles has you covered with their heart-shaped Kringle. You know my family loves Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles, and sometimes they share it with me. Racine Danish Kringles offers a heart-shaped Kringle with pink icing in raspberry, chocolate silk, cherry, and pecan flavors to send to your loved one. Order at Kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles, the official pastry of ESPN Wisconsin. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
Well, the big game is almost here. There's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. Hey, it's Mark Tauscher with ESPN Wisconsin, and with the football season coming to a close, this is your last chance to stay in the action before next year. Prize Picks is the easiest way to play daily fantasy. You build a lineup in under 60 seconds and just pick more or less on at least 2-player projections and watch the game with even more excitement. Well, one of my favorite things about Prize Picks is the new social feeds feature. You can find your community, see what other players are picking, and even copy lineups from winners with a single click, or follow Prize Picks partners and tail their picks instantly. And new this season, early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out before the game even finishes. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Come grow with us at Glenroy. For more than 6 decades, our family-owned company has built its reputation on quality, reliability, and providing strong career opportunities in our community. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Here, you'll find competitive wages, a clean, modern workspace, fully vested 401k, yearly bonus award, and the chance to build a manufacturing career with purpose. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Bradley Nortman with Strofe running the show. You, KBN Nation, can see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Of course, interact like Chef Ed is doing on the Carbless Talk and Text line, 800-990-3776. This is more with Carbless. Brad is just built different, right? You know, he's a tough guy. He grinds through all this adversity that he faces in life. He doesn't think about taking the easy way out.
Yeah.
Is that what happened to you when you were traveling Friday?
Yeah, you know what? I went through the ringer on Friday. KBN Nation, let me tell you about it. And this proves how tough I am, how tough Lexi and I are. So we left early in the morning to go from Milwaukee to Chicago, then Chicago to Jacksonville, right? Because we were going to Jacksonville for the weekend. Obviously, there was snow and cold, all that kind of stuff on Friday. So we get to our flight in Milwaukee. We get ready to go. Excuse me, everyone. Thank you for the time. Thank you for flying our airways. We got to get de-iced.
Yeah, that's normal.
De-icing is important. A plane blew up because it didn't de-ice.
It's important. There's a line for de-icing. Probably a 45-minute line. We had a 40-minute layover. So I'm saying, okay, we're running the numbers. We're trying to figure out if we're going to make it. We take off with just enough time to where we land, and our time to get from one gate to the next.
Same terminal?
No, it's in O'Hare, and it's about 8 minutes. 8 minutes. So we get up, we get going. It tells us on the app that it's a 20-minute walk. It's about a mile away.
Damn!
It is one side of O'Hare to the other side of O'Hare.
They don't hold these planes no more.
It was crazy. So that was our concern. And so we had to gate check our luggage. So I said, Lexi, here's what we're going to do. I'll take our little duffel bags, and you wait on the gate check bags, and I will run. And I will run the full mile. I'm in cowboy boots, mind you. I wore cowboy boots on the flex. I
wore cowboy boots
that looked pretty good.
flight.
And a few ostrich cowboy boots, might I add.
Oh, ostrich.
He would dare wear those on the O'Hare airport floor?
So I am shuffling, running, and our bags are fairly heavy. So running through the airport a full mile, I put my earphone, my AirPods on so I can talk to Lex and give her a play-by-play of how far I'm getting.
Oh, I would have put on some music to get me to run faster.
Give me the Rocky theme.
Yeah,
the minute I called her to get into the gate was 9 minutes. Okay, 9 minutes of sprinting. Excuse me. On your left, excuse me. Trying to get through to the airport in O'Hare. I get there. I'm about 100 yards away. I can see our gate, and I start walking because I'm like, it's just not meant to be. It's not meant to be. I get there. The door's closed. I can hardly get a word out. I'm leaning over on the desk to the lady. I'm like, did I make it? And she said, oh, yeah, no problem. I'll open it up. I was like, my wife's like 5 minutes behind. Is she going to be okay? She said, oh, yeah, for sure. I'll hold it. So I'm catching my breath there for 5 minutes. I have like a shallow cough for a while, right? I mean, that's how out of shape I am. Running this like, so anyway, Lexi running with 2 bags. We get there. We get on the plane. We're like, woo. We're going to get to Jacksonville on time.
Let me guess, another hour to de-ice.
So we get ready. Okay, we got to de-ice. It's an hour and a half wait. It's an hour and a half wait to de-ice.
You did all that running just to sit for an hour and a half?
And that was the joke, where it's like, okay, well, I guess we're, all of that rushing, and we were going to take off anyway. So you turn around, and, it's okay. Get ready for takeoff. Thank you very much. Seatbelt fashion. You get up there, and that moment where they kind of put the throttle down on the runway, and you kind of boom, skirt.
You a lie.
Pulled.
You a lie.
I'm not a lie.
You a lie. I would have said,
we start swerving a little bit on the runway. I thought for sure we were going to hit another plane. We were getting up to speed. I thought we started to lean back and get elevated. E-brake pulled. We're skidding tires.
What?
Yes, it was crazy. And the pilot comes on the radio or whatever, and the announcer says, everybody sit down, seatbelts on. And we start moving our way around. Lexi, not a rule follower, no seatbelt on. So she went, bam! Right back into right into the seat.
Why did she have her seatbelt on?
Because she's not a rule follower.
For takeoff? So wait. I'm sorry to distract you, but typically they walk by and they check. What, does she plug it in and unplug it?
No, they were lax. They were very lax with it. So they told us that they did not get clearance for takeoff. So he either skipped it or one of two, and then they took us around. They said, okay, we're going to reset, figure out what happened. They look at the plane. Something's broken. So they either broke it when they pulled the e-brake or it was already broke and they said, don't take off because of that breaking.
Thank the Lord.
So we get off the plane. They said, we're going to fix it.
Oh, good.
2.5 hours later, we can't fix it. We have to get you a new plane. Good news. We're going to get you a new plane, but we don't know what and we don't know where. So we have to wait. We finally get on a plane after 7 hours in O'Hare.
Oh, my
7 hours. We get on the plane and they say, guess what? We got to de-ice again because it's a whole new plane. And the wait for de-icing now is 2 hours. So we were 10 hours late to Jacksonville.
What time did you leave the house?
We left the house at 6:30 in the morning.
Oh, bro, this
we got to
nighttime.
We got to Jacksonville at 10:30.
Because you had to drive.
Yes, but we drove to Mitchell.
No, I know. I mean, when you got in Jacksonville, didn't you have to drive?
Yeah, we had to rent a car and we still had to drive. So it was
goodness gracious
crazy.
And Lexi got a concussion in the middle of it.
Yeah, I was to say.
Did she got a bump or anything?
If not for her own problem, I'd be like, Gruber, one call, that's all.
She was buckled in.
It was the craziest thing to be getting up to full speed. And I'm talking about, it wasn't just a tap of the brake. It was like someone pulled the e-brake. And that caused a whole bunch of issues. To have 7
Bro,
hours.
I have anxiety.
Dude, so now when next time you take off in a plane,
wear your seatbelt.
Wear your seatbelt and be prepared. They can pull that brake. They can pull it.
I'm glad they pulled the brake. I didn't know this story was going to be a plane that was broken.
I didn't know this. We are all listening to the story in real time for the first time. Brad was like, I had a crazy travel day.
Yeah.
Like, that's great. That's crazier than like, connection
Delays
ran.
and icing.
You had everything in that.
Everything.
You had de-icing,
running in boots,
ostrich boots.
Why didn't you add, I guess your bags were on the plane. Well, they gave your bags
we
off.
checked our bags.
Why didn't you just find a different flight to get down?
There were no other. There's not like that many flights that go to Jacksonville. There was another flight that went to like Washington.
Bro, I would have said this ain't it.
Well, so there was a moment.
I would have said this ain't it. I'm going home.
Where we were on like hour 5 of our layover in O'Hare, just sitting there. We already been e-brake pulled, whiplash.
Boy, that's concussed.
Lexi smacks against the seat in front of her, and we're
mean bam?
We got 3 kids at home. Maybe we just Uber back home. We stuck with it. We had a great time. But, man, we earned it. We earned every bit of it. Wear your seatbelts, folks.
Wear
your seatbelts.
Miserable.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Are you just I'm just taking it all in. This is.
You know you're supposed to get some money back.
You know what they gave us?
No, I ain't know.
A $15 meal voucher.
No,
Nice.
no, Brad. Now, this is where Kyle comes in, Brad.
Wait, Kyle,
Brad?
you hear Strofe?
What do you say?
Nice.
Yeah, of course.
So they said. They made an announcement.
Free sandwich.
To recognize your patience,
nope.
We are giving you a $15 meal voucher to
what was the
enjoy
reaction on
throughout
the plane?
No, we need Karen Kyle to share what he would have done.
KBN Nation, you have rights, okay? When your flight is delayed more than 3 hours, right, and you have nothing to do with it, you make that phone call. Baby girl's sister was delayed in her flight, and she was supposed to come to Milwaukee. She ended up flying to Chicago, had to take a bus. I called the airline. I said, this ain't how it's supposed to be. They said, okay, well, we can offer you 50. I said, no, I need more. They said, 100. I said, more. They said, how much do you want? I said, well, based off, she was hungry. She was delayed. She had to catch a bus. I said, I need at least 150. They said, well, let me check. A couple minutes later, we'll be sending you a $150 credit. I said, damn right you are. Damn right you are.
Karen Kyle
you get yourself your credit. Should
I call the airlines?
Hell yeah. That 30 minutes worth of time to get you and Lexi $150 to $300. Oh, when you taking that
near-death experience, you should get $1,000.
For real, I'm telling you.
Here's the problem I have with Kyle's reenactment of the phone call he had on behalf of
He
Baby
probably
Girl's
didn't say
sister.
damn right.
He said, I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate you helping us out and giving us a break.
How did I end that call?
I guarantee you were respectful as all hell.
Strofe, I promise you, I'm respectful, but I'm very direct. I'm very direct with my expectations.
But you often do this fake I'm tougher than I actually am thing when you reenact stories.
Real talk, I had a woman call me a couple days ago for something she had to do, and she heard my tone. She said, we're doing this. I said, ma'am, no, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just being direct. What time do I need to meet you at? And she was like, okay, I thought you were being. I was like, no, I have a tone. You got to be direct with people. People don't like
you.
That.
Are sassy.
Yeah.
I don't like your tone.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be direct.
Do you guys like his tone? I don't like his tone.
No. Fix that tone.
We're going to fix that tone in 2 minutes.
Big news from Carbless, a fan favorite and one of my favorites. Blood Orange flavor is now its own dedicated 4-pack, crafted with real spirits for a true cocktail taste. Blood Orange brings bold, citrus-forward flavor with a smooth, premium finish. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, only 100 calories, and gluten-free. Now it's even easier to stock up on the flavor everyone keeps asking for. Look for Carbless Blood Orange 4-pack at your local retailer now. Once you try it, you'll understand why Blood Orange has earned its own pack. Carbless, bold flavor in every sip. Find it near you at drinkcarbless.com.
Want your brand to turn heads and win hearts?
Captivate Exhibits can bring your brand to life by transforming lobbies, creating history walls, and beautifying facilities.
For over 32 years, Captivate has been the MVP of trade show exhibits and workplace design and fabrication. Let Captivate craft immersive branded environments that tell your story boldly, beautifully, and with purpose at events and around the office.
Score big by making your next event or your own space unforgettable. Create something legendary by getting started today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher, and if you're serious about getting more active this year, listen up. The Pickler in Menominee Falls is indoor pickleball, and it's for everybody, whether you're brand new or just trying to move more. Right now, they're offering free learn-to-play clinics every Monday and Saturday at noon. No experience, no gear. They'll teach you everything. So stop talking about your New Year's resolutions and go do something about it. Stop in at The Pickler in Menominee Falls or call the club for more details.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into the Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Brad Nortman is in one piece after the E-brake was hit on takeoff, but he's with us. Kyle Wallace as well. I'm Ben Brust with Stroh running the show. You, KBN Nation, at 800-990-3776. That's the Carbless Talking text line. And we'll get to this a little bit later, because I do want to revisit what our poll is on Twitter at KBN ESPN. Who are you most upset with for the current state of the Milwaukee Bucks? Maybe current state is why Doc Rivers is leading this.
Oh.
But to me, the current state, I guess I've been looking at it in the lens of how did we get here versus like just the here and now.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who were apprehensive about Doc Rivers coming to Milwaukee.
Oh, of course.
And now
he himself said, I don't know why they're doing this. He himself said, I don't know why I'm doing this.
That was the wildest admission ever. Like, I don't know.
That was at the introductory press conference.
Yeah. Didn't he even say before that, like, I don't know who would take this job? It was something like that. It was a really strange hire,
odd.
And now it's looking even worse.
Shams and insiders are at 13%. Ahead
People
of
think
Giannis.
they're making it up.
It's crazy. They think insiders can control what happens. That Giannis all of a sudden going to change his mind. That the Bucks couldn't win is the
I
insiders'
actually think
fault.
if we did this a year ago, Shams and insiders would be much higher.
You're right. People are delusional.
It's to the point now where I think everyone feels the writing on the wall.
No,
that
13% believe it's still there for us, so it can't be everybody.
Not everybody.
And Giannis has been pretty vocal about being non-committal, right? How do you think you'll end the season with the Bucks? Day to day. Just all these things that just feel very disconnected from the Bucks.
Well, and Doc himself is like, he's a Buck.
He sure did.
Like, he's a Buck. And then now it's like he's saying how it's affecting the players because the players are hearing their names. And like, he just sounds so unhappy to be doing his job.
Yeah, just let
he's like a disgruntled old veteran that was, he won an NBA championship, and like I know he's fallen short at other places, and he got the bad rap for just being the guy who can't win an NBA championship with all the talent, blows 3-1 leads, and I was just like, now I'm coaching a bunch of bums out here. I don't even want to be here. I said I didn't want to be here when they hired me, and now I'm really I just don't care.
At 64, would I really want to be doing that?
With this squad?
No, I would.
Hell no.
I've won a championship before. I've been around.
That's why he did the TV thing.
Yeah,
but I guess his ass agreed to do this. So
the last team he will ever coach professionally as a head coach is going to be the worst team he's ever had. Probably the worst team in the NBA.
Yeah, and I want Doc to make sure it is the worst team. Get us Tank. Play Ryan Rollins and play Pete Nance, whatever you got to do to get some of these young guys a look for next season.
Jericho Sims, 30 minutes a game.
Go ahead, Jericho. We love Jericho Sims, don't we? You can't shoot. All you can do is what? Play a little bit of defense and jump.
Yeah, that's how you tank.
I'm telling you, the Bucks should tank at this point. I don't know what are we doing. We're not winning a title.
There was a report that Giannis is wanting to play if he is still a Milwaukee Buck after the deadline when healthy.
Cool. Giannis will get about 10 minutes a game. Stay warm.
Don't even
stay
risk
fresh.
that. Don't even risk that.
Yeah, I mean, he can play for a little bit more.
Because if he gets hurt, you're in big trouble trading him.
Listen,
and 10 minutes of Giannis might be the difference between winning and losing, like 5 games.
Might hire somebody to do a little Tanya Hardin light.
You would do that to Giannis?
No, light. Maybe get his big toe or something like that.
I
Drop a weight on it in the weight room.
Well, that might be
aggressive.
Weight is aggressive.
He's trying to Tanya Hardin.
I heard him.
Ideation.
Light version.
It could be a 2.5 pound
I'm talking
weight.
about a tweak where he's like, yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. He's saying this as probably leverage to be like, get me out of here in a way. But at the same time, I guarantee. Ow! My arm.
He ain't gonna even do that. The Bucks, they should just agree.
I swear I want to play. He's cleared. Dang.
No, just tell the NBA that
I got a bruise.
Yeah, no, just tell the NBA his calf is sore. That's all. The NBA can't dispute that. His calf's been sore like 3 of the last 4 years.
Until he says I'm fully healthy.
No. All it takes. Remember we thought Giannis faked it that one time.
Oh, now it's on the table to fake.
Yeah, 100%. It should be the organizational decision to say, Giannis, fake it and enjoy this break. Enjoy your time away. We'll see next year whether you're here or not, but we want to make sure you're healthy for whatever.
But I thought last week when I talked to you, you weren't okay with the scenario that Giannis may never play another minute as a Milwaukee Buck.
No. I want him to play one more game, and he only got to be a little bit because I want him to go out
Why?
like that. I can't have the boy going out with injured.
Don't think about that. Think about the 50-burger.
Brad. I'm with.
No, I can't.
I don't think he should play, but from an emotional standpoint,
Yeah,
it feels wrong.
You need closure to see him dominate the Bucks.
You can't tell me that the man who moved his entire life from Greece to becoming a young kid, discovering the world, growing a family, getting kicked out of a table or not getting a table at a local restaurant. He's been he deserves. We want to see him smile at least a little bit. I don't want the first time that he plays at Fiserv Forum to be in another jersey. You know how wrong that feels to think about?
True. That's true. I do feel like Giannis long term. I feel like he might be the kind of guy that signs with the Bucks in 8 years. He'd be just for a season or half a season.
He gone.
He
ain't going to do it.
Ersan Ilyasova did that.
Ersan did it because he was actually trying to play.
Oh.
They just need.
He was just trying to find a team that would take him.
Yeah, no.
Giannis is a little different.
Giannis is going to go to Greece. He's not going to waste any time because he wants to actually go home and play basketball at the end of the day. So
that's probably true. I don't need to see him again. I'm thinking about that championship run in my brain.
It just hurts.
You don't want to see that. You don't want to see him take the court with these scrubs.
He already took this court with the scrubs the whole year.
I know, but I don't need to see that again. That's a bad movie.
Strofe, where are you at on the needing to see Giannis one more time?
See Giannis one more time.
If he's not traded, he's on the roster. He says he's healthy. Do you want to see him play?
I can't wait for us to be the 10 seed. Play in.
Oh, no.
Giannis scoring 63
Brad's
points
going to be placing bets with Homer that the Bucks are going to win the NBA championship.
Yeah. That was still a good bet. I do contend that. 3,000 to 1 odds.
You see why?
I lost.
The team has regressed. They won't have those odds for another maybe 3,000
We're gonna see Giannis in a Bucks jersey again.
I hope only for a farewell.
In the next 12 months?
Yeah, it might be a preseason game, but I think we're going to see it.
Preseason, please don't let this drag on to the preseason.
Oh my God!
Please, that would
mean
post-draft. Yeah, that'd be awful, Strofe.
I'll just say this: today is Groundhog's Day, and doesn't it kind of feel Groundhog's Day-y with Giannis? Does it just feel like we've just been doing the same thing over and over?
Brad, you'll love this. The Bucks have the worst odds to win the NBA championship.
Of the entire league? Even with Giannis?
No, there's no way.
The Wizards, Jazz, Kings, Trailblazers, Pelicans, Bucks, Grizz.
Oh, we're tied.
Pacers, Mavericks, Bulls, Nets are all plus 100,000.
You can $100,000.
You can put $1.
There is a scenario
to win 100,000, I believe.
$1 wins $100,000.
Or that be
they still have.
I'll do it for you.
Don't you have to do a $5?
Oh, $5 min.
So what? $5 is going to be $500,000.
$5,000.
5,000.
Well, your math is off there.
Well, I don't know how to do odds gambling.
100,000 plus 100,000.
That's $100 for 100,000. So you
correct.
Need $500, not $5.
Got it.
$5 to win $5,000.
Got it.
Wow.
I literally clicked it.
No, I know that, but before you told me it was more money, so I was hoping to get more money.
It's crazy.
You were gonna place this.
I would throw $5 on it. Yeah.
They still have.
You
the
might
best
as well take a $5 bill and light it on fire.
I understand.
No.
However,
or sometimes, Brad, I think we're on the same page right now.
Yeah. The Windhorse fingers.
Or it could be the best, most unbelievable maximization of $5 in human history.
There's really no in between. To be quite honest, there is no in between. They still have the greatest player on the planet. I mean, there's a scenario where they don't trade him. He comes back.
All right, this is the stupidest conversation I think I've ever heard.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. What are we talking about?
This is stupid.
It's not happening.
I was just showing you that they're last to win the NBA championship, and now these guys have turned in.
I see opportunity.
Props to the glass half full people in the room, but golly, you guys drink a lot of Kool-Aid.
They need to. It is about tanking at this point. It is about getting a draft pick. That's what it's all about. The championship window is closed. It's completely closed.
Is it locked?
It is. It's
Closed and
locked.
locked?
Locked as a window
It's been bolted in.
Oh, wow.
There's
This is
probably cardboard over it as well.
No. You ever been in a prison before?
No.
Okay, well, let me tell you something. I haven't. I've only been as a kid. They took us there.
Let me tell you something. What?
As a kid, they take you there. They take you there. In Whitefish Bay, they took us to a little prison there or jail.
Was it a scare tactic?
I don't even know. Maybe it didn't work. I mean, I didn't go to jail ever. But there's no windows. The Bucks don't have a window. They're in a jail right now. They're in prison.
Wall.
All cement wall with some bars. They ain't getting out. This ain't Louisiana.
Yeah, they're not even in one with a window.
No, they don't have windows in prisons.
All prisons?
That would be stupid. Why would you have a window in a prison?
You can't even give them a little draft?
No.
A little sunshine?
Bro, you are in confinement for a reason.
You're telling me there's no prison cells that have a window?
Maybe Louisiana because they keep having jailbreaks. Maybe Louisiana's the one place.
Do any prisons have windows in their cells?
They can break out of the window at some point. If I had 24 hours to plan my escape through one window, I would figure it out.
There's bars.
Yes, many prisons have windows in their cells, but they aren't. They are typically small, narrow, and designed for security. So there's
probably too small.
Oh, Kyle, the prison expert, went on one tour at Whitefish Bay and acts like he knows about jail.
I've only been to the Whitefish Bay jail as a Boy Scout.
Warden Kyle.
They told us, if you drink and drive, you end up here.
Jason Wilde joins us next. He doesn't drink, so he's good.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman.
I don't value that.
You don't value much.
You don't. That's not true.
No, that's true.
No, that's true. You guys are coming at me a little too much.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Starting off with some delays along southbound 43 through the Marquette interchange. The westbound side's got some backups on 94 from about 35th Street to about Mitchell Boulevard. And then we've also got some delays on the eastbound side heading right past 76th Street towards Hawley Road. Traffic is brought to you by Glenroy, now hiring. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy skies, slight chance for snow to the south, a low of 11. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 21. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All the antics.
The reason he's not running the ball real well this year is because his pants are way too high. You see him pull his pants up? Check it out.
All the action.
Should Matt LaFleur have waited to make this hire to at least talk to Jim Leonard?
The fear was if you didn't hire him over the weekend, by the time that you talked to Leonard, kind of sorted all those ducks out, that Gannon might be off the market.
The best of both worlds lives right here. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
Experience hot gaming action and a relaxing spa day. Your perfect winter getaway at the island. Book a stay and float package to get both a standard room and a rejuvenating 60-minute float pod therapy session for less than $100. Complement your stay with an elevated dining experience at Horizon Steakhouse and fun on the gaming floor where big wins wait for you. The Island Resort and Casino's stay and float package runs through February. Call 800-682-6040 to book yours today. Certain days and restrictions apply.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Altoona junior Grayson Becker. One game after joining the 1,000-point club, Becker delivered another eye-opening performance, pouring in 44 points in a win over Ellsworth. He finished the night 14 of 19 from the field and added 8 rebounds, continuing a stretch of play that has defined his standout season. Becker has been one of the most productive scorers in the state, averaging 26.3 points per game, along with 3.5 rebounds and 3.3 assists. With growing Division I and Division II interest, Becker continues to raise the bar as his junior season rolls on. Congratulations to Grayson Becker, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
He was not taken out of context. He said the whole thing.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
I don't think that means much, though. Like, it very rarely happens.
Holding everybody accountable.
They need to be more mature.
Jason Wilde is on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Joining us now on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin is the aforementioned Jason Wilde. Listen to Jason on Wilde and Tausch 9 to noon across these very stations. Jason, welcome to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Do we have a library of royalty-free music? Like, can I listen to like what we've got in rotation? I know we play one that sounds like a knockoff of one of my favorite bands of my youth, Boston. So I'm wondering, like, are we able to, like, you know, because
I got a better idea.
Choose my music.
I've got a couple things on this, but go ahead, Benny.
I was going to tell you to do something off the air, and we'll surprise Jason at the end.
I know where you're headed. Yep, that's a good idea. The other part of this is, though, Jason, that I think you're more fascinated with royalty-free music than anybody else on the planet.
Anybody.
I hear you reference it once a day.
Undeniably so.
How long are the royalty-free music tracks? Are they like 3.5 minutes, like a normal song?
It varies.
Yeah, it varies.
There's a whole library. And yes, Jason, all we have to do is, if you have a genre or a style of music you like, we take a clip from that song, we put it into the system, and they find stuff that matches up with that. All right, Jason.
Powerful. Still there, Jason?
I don't think so.
Hello?
Okay.
Yeah,
You got us? I was very, very confused.
Did you hear what I said, Jason? Oh, we got, uh-oh.
Hello?
Strofe, he can't hear us.
What if he's playing a joke on us?
No, I don't think he's playing
Pranking
a joke.
us.
He might be. I don't know.
Though he has been, this is his third time on the show in the last 3 shows.
That'll get on you. KBN will get on you.
Yeah. So he definitely is probably over.
Who would have thought Jason would come in hard and hot on royalty-free music?
Me and Strofe, because I listen to him mention it a lot on Wilde and Tausch.
I had some fire royalty-free music yesterday, boy. I had some song. I was playing it to preview it, and I'm sitting there rapping to it.
I think
I was rapping. It was so good.
Yeah, I think a lot of people even know what like. If you would have told me what royalty-free music was before we started using it, I wouldn't have told you that I knew what it was. Now, Jason's back here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Jason, we got you, right?
Hello?
Yes. This time I feel like we do.
I'm glad I didn't say, what the F is going on? Or something stupid like that. I didn't realize all right. Well, I missed about half that explanation, but I'm sure people want to hear more about other things. Like, I just passed a guy hitchhiking.
Do you pick him up?
Who hitchhikes anymore? No. First of all, I got no room. I got both of the dogs with me, and they're renovating at Lambeau's, so I have to clean out my office.
Jason, the reason I asked you, I don't want to interrupt, but I am. The reason I asked you is because yesterday we had a whole conversation on Sunday Karma about picking up stray dogs and trying to help them out.
Yeah.
And you just said you see a stray man or woman on the street and you go right past them.
Yeah, no, I'm picking up the dog because I feel confident that I can calmly and wisely get them to, get in the car and we'll find your owner. Everything's going to be fine. They're not carrying weapons. Like, I don't know if that guy's got a weapon. Like,
he's got a chainsaw.
Them dog's teeth is weapons.
The dogs likely won't kill you. Hitchhiker might.
A dog can kill.
Thank you, Brad.
That stray dog could have rabies.
Dogs get put down every day in America because of the fact that they go rogue.
Well, Jason, you're bringing up that you're trying to find the dog's
so do,
owner.
Citizens of America.
It sounds like a collar is on this dog. Are you picking up uncollared dogs, too?
Well, first of all, I haven't picked up any dogs yet. This was a hypothetical presented to me yesterday on Sunday Karma. But I've picked up cats that were out and about from time to time.
Oh, no, Jason, there's too many stray cats out there for you to be doing that.
I know. Usually you can't catch them, but one was injured, so I got him into my car. I was driving. I didn't have my dogs with me. There's been multiple occasions where I have rescued dogs that were had obviously gotten out of their yard. Like, if it's a mongrel who looks like he's going to attack me and he's baring his teeth, of course I'm not going to try and wrangle him into the car because, as you aptly point out, those are his weapons, just like the guy I just drove by might have a machete in the back of his coat or something.
In rural Green Bay, you just never know. Jason Wilde joining us here on Kyle Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Jason, we will be diving a little bit deeper, and this isn't an exercise that, of course, it's not first time that anyone's done it, but I think it's really interesting, as we had a discussion last week, is we're going to dive deeper into the 21 and 22 draft classes, because it feels like if they were going to be able to continue on, not that it's a closed window, but to be able to build off of last year, it would be a better problem to say, we have to sign this person because they're so good. And like, I guess now you're in the same spot of like, if you're going to fill a roster with guys leaving, there's a learning curve for rookies. Not that they can't come in and play. Again, I'm just still going through this puzzle in my head of how this is all going to come together next year.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's. I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine about Doc Rivers and how you can be a championship coach and the league can change. And maybe what made you a great coach previously is not what would make you a great coach now. And I think with the NFL, the way you build your roster might be similar. Now, I think Goody is more like Ted than people want to admit. They point to 2019 with that free agent class, and they point to Josh Jacobs and Xavier McKinney, and they want to say that Goody's been so much more active in free agency. But really, those 2 years he definitely was, but most years he isn't, right? I mean, this year he was active, and he chose two guys that certainly were not home runs. There was a press conference at the end of last season, which Goody hasn't done this season's yet. Now that he's gotten his extension, I would hope he would. But I basically said in my question, I'm like, look, those two guys that you signed, they weren't just home runs, they were grand slams. And he interrupted to say thank you, and I said, you're welcome, and then I continued my question. But my point is that, if you're going to have to use that regularly, which now he's done 2 years in a row to fill holes, right? Think about those four guys, right? Think about Josh Jacobs. It's because you missed on A.J. Dillon. Right? A.J. Dillon should have been your starter and made Aaron Jones obsolete, and you were wrong, right? You look at signing Xavier McKinney, it's because you were wrong on Darnell Savage as a first-round pick at safety. You look at Aaron Banks, it's because you were wrong, essentially, on Josh Myers, although you could have kept him for like $2 million a year, and he probably would have been better than what you ended up doing. Mm-hmm. And then you signed Nate Hobbs because you were wrong on Eric Stokes. So when you use free agency, it's to fill holes you created by missing on your picks. And what's weird about the scenario that you're going to dive deeper into is that in 21, there's a bunch of misses. In 22, I don't think there's any home runs necessarily or grand slams. Maybe Christian Watson, if he was healthy, moving forward, but the rest of them are base hits, but now you're not going to keep any of them. Mm-hmm. And that's the way things have changed compared to when Ted or before him Ron were GMs. Like a guy like Sean Ryan would get an extension, right? A guy like Romeo Dobbs would have already got an extension, even if the going AWOL thing might have hurt his chances on that. And Goody's philosophy is, use them up and replace them, basically. And we're going to see that happen in free agency, I do believe.
Goody talks to the media on Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. You get the first question, Jason. What are you asking?
How long is your extension? And then he won't answer. Yeah, I got to think about that. I have not checked my email. I've been running some errands, so thanks for the heads up on that. Are you coming up?
Yeah, I'm going to be on Zoom. They might call on me. I'll put my hand up on Zoom if they still pick people through that.
Oh, you better name yourself something else.
Jason Wilde's protege.
There it is.
Yeah, that'll get you through.
I don't.
Well, then you're off the Unselfish Teammate nominee award picture.
It's the Unselfish, not Career Suicide Award.
Hilarious.
Jason, with Micah still being in his prime, Jordan Love's prime window, losing a bunch of free agent guys, and guys you're probably going to let go because of contract reasons. No first-round draft pick. I see that there's probably 8 to 10 starters or contributors that won't be on this roster next year because of all that, and because you've got a quarterback that is still getting into his prime window. Is this the most important offseason of Goody's career so far?
I would say it's really, really important. I'd have to think a little deeper on that. I don't want to put you guys too far behind the clock and ramble. So it is among the most important for sure. But my gut reaction would be to say yes because of what you just outlined. Like you made the trade for Parsons. The quarterback contract is still manageable-ish, right? The numbers haven't gone through the roof just yet. You've got some decisions looming on those two free agents I just mentioned. Are you going to keep Josh Jacobs longer term? Are you going to extend Xavier McKinney? Those types of things. So the window, this is a really important window. This is a championship window. And so you need to fill the holes that you either have or that you are creating by not keeping certain people. You absolutely have a lot of work to do. So, my gut reaction is to say yes, this is the most important offseason because of what's at stake. It's not like 2023 where you were transitioning. That was important for another reason, but you were transitioning from a Hall of Famer to your new quarterback. That was important, but this one's differently important.
Jason, should fans resist the urge to compare Jonathan Gannon and Jim Leonard for the next 2 to 3 seasons?
No, you're a fan. Do whatever you want. You should. I'm now. We do have to consider, compare personnel and all the other stuff. It's not going to be apples to apples, like when I use this example on social media, but like when they drafted Robert Ferguson instead of Chris Chambers, right? It was very easy to compare those two. They both were wide receivers. In this instance, I don't think it's quite as easy to do. And again, I think it's important to emphasize, and look, I tease Brad about where he ranks in my favorite punter rankings. But if Brad had punted at Minnesota, he'd be a hell of a lot lower, right? Like, we love our Wisconsin guys, and we all are provincial about them. And so if Jim Leonard, I think I said this to Strofe on Weekly Wilde, had he done everything the same way, walked on, 3-time All-American, interim head coach, great defensive coordinator, but done it at Iowa, none of us are spending any time comparing him to Jonathan Gannon, even though we probably should, right? So I think to me, that's kind of how I view this is it's because he's a Wisconsin guy, but I don't think that should be an excuse to say, oh, well, we don't have to pay attention, because I was talking to somebody over the weekend that's really plugged in on this, and the way I understood it is that LaFleur really wanted Jimmy to be his defensive coordinator, and then the timing of everything and Gannon, and I don't know if he got spooked by the possibility of losing Gannon. I don't know that much.
So this
about
offseason, he really wanted him to be the defensive coordinator again? Like, really wanted?
He was all that stuff about him being the leading candidate and there being mutual interest. That was not inaccurate reporting. But again, he couldn't actually interview him until Monday. And so to me, I don't know when we're going to talk to Matt again, but to me, that's like, why exactly did you? Because even if he's going to reply and say, well, I was convinced that Gannon was the right guy. My response would be, yeah, but don't you still owe it to yourself to do your due diligence on other candidates? Like, you weren't the first person the Packers interviewed for the head coaching job. Didn't change the fact that they decided ultimately you were most deserving. But don't you think it was at least worth talking to Leonard again before you said, no, I like Gannon better? So, like, that is a conversation that I would like a clearer answer to. But again, I don't know when that conversation is going to be had, and I don't know how willing Matt LaFleur is going to be honest and say, yeah, I didn't want to get into a situation where I was without both of them, and a bunch of the guys that I liked on my own staff had gone to Miami, which I think is what's probably the scenario.
Well, fair enough for that. We'll continue to see how this all transpires and what you get to ask and when you get to ask. But we have a surprise for you on the way out. Jason Wilde.
Close. Yeah, I appreciate that.
That's some poppy 80 vibes.
I wrote WILL-DEE. I thought it would nail Wilde.
All right, keep working on that. I love it, Strofe.
Do you like it, Jason?
Appreciate you guys. I do. I like it a lot. It's fun.
All right, tthanks, Jason.
Jason Wilde.
All right, boys, take care. Be good.
3 times with the ink. Is that like the Nationals? Jason Wilde, Jason Wilde, Jason Wilde.
Like it's battlefield film from Jordan Love to Cody's plan.
Jason Wilde, Jason Wilde, Jason Wilde.
The truth, Matt LaFleur on the headset, chasing proof when the cheeseheads need the real. They tune it in 3 times sports writer of the year.
Jason Wilde.
Oh yeah, Jordan drops.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
I put my card in, I pump. When it clicks, I pull it out, I put it away, and I move on to my own.
That's what she said. Thanks so much, Olte.
She pumped and moves on with her life.
Take it out, put it in, moves on with her life. Come on, Kyle, keep up. That's Packers Hall of Famer. That was one of my better ones, and he's confused.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 43 backing up a bit from Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette interchange. Westbound 94 is slowing down just west of 27th Street past Mitchell Boulevard. Other than that, we've just got a couple of broken down vehicles here and there. Nothing in traffic that I can see. There's just one in the Zoo interchange area that might be a little bit sticky. Southbound 41 also off on the right shoulder. We have an incident right around at North Avenue. That usually means it's a violator getting pulled over. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a slight chance for snow to the south, a low of 11. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 21. Weather's brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Another 2-man scramble tournament is underway. Play TPC Scottsdale for a shot at cash prizes. Must play by February 28th. Sign up now at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Brewers mini ticket plans for the 2026 season are available now with 6-game, 12-game, and build your own plan options. You can pick or build the best plan for your schedule, whether you're gearing up for tailgates under the sun, the thrill of the home runs, or the eruptions of walk-off wins. Brewers mini plans have you covered for the 2026 season with specially discounted ticket rates and more exclusive perks in each plan. Check out all the mini plan options available for 2026 now at brewers.com/ticket plans.
Many wins. Many wins. Waiting at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. This February, you could break the bank and get down with a share of $300,000 in prizes. Bust out your rewards card and play to earn entries. It all goes down with Thursday drawings. Break the bank. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
The Superb Owls Squares contest is back, and it's a total game changer. Listen to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy all weekend. Get your squares during the show, presented by Professional Construction, Inc. One lucky winner takes home a virtual interior design service valued at $500. Perfect if your space appears to be in a rebuilding year and not championship caliber. Call an audible and let the pros draw up the winning play. Learn more at ProfessionalConstructionInc.com. Listen to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy for Superb Owl Squares this week on 94.5 ESPN.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Start your Milwaukee weight loss program now to lose weight fast. Many lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. Call for your free consultation. 262-235-3980. 262-235-3980 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Wisconsin homes ask a lot of their windows and doors. They need to be ready for anything year-round. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, everything we do is built around quality and durability. You shouldn't have to make compromises to ensure you're comfortable at home. So right now, take advantage of 0% financing for up to 4 years. There's never been a better time to experience Pella in person and get all your questions answered. Join us at the NARI Spring Home Improvement Show, February 13th through the 15th at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Book your in-home consultation at the show and receive a free Design Works rendering. From design to installation, Pella's local experts are there to guide you every step of the way, helping you choose the right options for your home, your style, and your budget. Thanks to 0% financing for up to 4 years and our 10-year limited warranty, you can feel confident in your decision long after installation day. PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 2/28/2026.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
If you're looking for a weekly pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend, you can tune into Here District with Marcus Johnson. A Bucks Plus audio production, Marcus and his son Chris, a 95 UCLA Hoops champ himself. They talk everything happening in the Bucks world and are joined by some of the biggest names in basketball, and they will answer your questions too. Stay on the beat of the Bucks and find Here District now on Bucks.com/Puck+, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast. Big thanks to Jason Wilde for joining us here on Kyle Brust and Nortman. If you missed any of that, go back to the ESPN Wisconsin app, or you can find us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Probably one of the more noteworthy things that we talked about there was how Jim Leonhard was considered a top candidate, not just in the past when they interviewed him, but also this year. Before they had a chance to interview him on Monday, was it the same day that they hired Gannon?
I thought Gannon hit Saturday or Sunday.
Right, Sunday morning.
Sunday morning. Which is what I found interesting of, like, why not wait for Jim Leonhard to do the due diligence? I understand the risk of, if you wait, Jonathan Gannon may not wait for you.
Mm-hmm.
But is it worth the risk for somebody that you wanted more, right? Especially that you have interviewed in the past. I mean, reading between the lines, I know he'd probably like to be closer to home based off what I remember at his end of his time in Wisconsin as the interim head coach, right? Like, part of the reason why he didn't want to get back in the NFL was he wanted to stay close to home. And so this could have been a win-win. Now it's not. Do you wish they would have waited?
They should have waited. I mean, to wait 24 more hours, even just get one interview.
What if Gannon's gone?
What?
What if Gannon's gone then? He's gone. hey, we have to do another interview.
I get that's the fear, but then you're operating out of fear. And I just don't think you are making wise decisions if you're operating primarily out of fear. Now, I think the Packers should try to be a place where somebody wants to go, because there's all these D coordinators that are trying to find a job in the wake of all these head coaching jobs. But all those head coaching jobs are considerably less stable than the Green Bay Packer, assistant coaching tree. So to me, if Matt LaFleur loved Gannon and after interviewing him said, I don't care what Jimmy says, this is my guy, I say, I'm behind you, Matt LaFleur. I would have loved to have Jimmy be interviewed, but I'm behind you. If he said, I'm scared primarily that Gannon's going to go, and I have an opportunity to miss both of them, which is a legit fear, I become concerned, and I think that Matt LaFleur would benefit better to wait and actually interview Jim Leonard, and even just wait 24 to 48 hours before saying, you know what, final gavel on the table, I'm going with Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah, I need to trust and hope and believe that Matt LaFleur, he made this decision not based off panic, but based off the fact that Jonathan Gannon was his guy. There's one thing to have wandering eyes and thinking, okay, well, Jim Leonard is pretty good. I did like him a couple years ago.
Use the word trust, hope, and feel a lot with this Packers coaching staff and general management staff.
Well, when you don't win the championship, that's all you can do. And so I would hope that Gannon wasn't his guy, and it wasn't I'm going to panic because I don't want to miss out on a really good candidate waiting for another candidate. So if it is true what Jason Wilde said, that he was enamored by Jim Leonard and he really was really interested in him, then I'd be disappointed that he didn't wait for him, because you cannot allow the potential of what you could miss out on to keep you from getting the person that you think is a perfect fit. If he thought Jim Leonard was a perfect fit, then what he does is he puts a full court press on getting Jim Leonard back to Wisconsin, into Green Bay. And I wholeheartedly believe if he really wanted Jim Leonard, he could have got Jim Leonard. I think he would come here over Buffalo simply because of what Ben talked about, is the proximity to home and him wanting to be closer to home and the opportunity to coach and be on the team that has, as Brad said, that stability. So I do not believe Jim Leonard was going to be a guarantee to come to Green Bay, and I do not believe that Matt LaFleur actually wanted him. I do truly believe that the only reason Jim Leonard is in Buffalo is because Vance Joseph did not get a job.
I do want to mention as well that from what we did see work for the Green Bay Packers with Hafley, whether you believe in Jonathan Gannon as a head coach, he did have head coaching experience. He did have a resume in which he was a defensive coordinator of an Eagles team that in 2023 won the Super Bowl. So the year
they lost the Super Bowl to the Chiefs.
Yep.
My overall point being is Jim Leonard, passing game coordinator, defensive backs coach, it's a big jump to the Green Bay Packers defensive coordinator job. I'm not saying he's not capable, but based off Hafley having the head coaching experience, it just, I don't know. This is a safer play. But if they really loved him, then we'll have to compare and contrast the rest of the next 3 years that they're both defensive coordinators and go from there.
It's going to be impossible not to compare them, because the Buffalo Bills
I think did Jason Wilde tweet this, Strofe? Did he say this is going to be the new Kevin King, TJ Watt, who we should have got instead?
I don't want fans to do this, but if this is true, right, it's one thing if we were just thinking we wish we wanted him. But it's another thing to know that Matt LaFleur wanted him. If Matt LaFleur wanted him and he went with his number 2, then yes, we should compare. But my whole message to everybody was, let that go. Jimmy Leonard wasn't going to come here. We got our guy. But if what Jason says is true,
I was going to say, you said, whoa.
Then you do have to compare, because now you're up against, if he performs well, that could have been our defense. Matt LaFleur. So Matt LaFleur, if this is true, just put himself in a terrible situation. Loose lips sink ships, and whatever got out about Jim Leonard could sink a ship if Jonathan Gannon isn't good.
Well, and the Buffalo Bills defense is not riddled with talent. It's not the,
that's what I'm saying.
It's not the Eagles. So if Jimmy can go there and they're really impressive, we'll see how Gannon does.
But my point is, I thought you were going to go was, if you had to pick between the two,
for sure.
Who doesn't want Micah Parsons as my first job as defensive coordinator? That's having a cheat code, already building something, beyond.
And cheat code, that the Packers defense was good when Micah Parsons was healthy. They weren't, this spectacular, historic defense, but they were a top 10, almost top 5 defense with Micah Parsons there.
All right, well, definitely going to be doing the comparison no matter what now. Just going to say that out loud. we're all going to be doing it.
No, we should. Based on the report, we should.
Even if you say, like, I'm just going to trust the guy, you will be peeking your eye over in Buffalo and seeing, what is Jimmy doing over there?
Matt, somehow.
What's Jimmy doing over there?
Jason just gave us more drama for the season. There's just going to be more drama now. You're going to be a comparison of what are you doing. So now you're going to be looking at what Buffalo's doing on the defensive side of the football. You're going to be looking at Philadelphia, what they do on the offensive side of the football, all based off decisions that Matt LaFleur.
You're not going to be looking at Hafley in Miami? Long term, yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
Hafley
but
got
not
a head coaching job.
I mean, he's got Joe Barry on his staff, so God bless him. We wrap up the ESPN Wisconsin portion. Head to the 414 hour at 4 next.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN.
Bryn is crazy. Strofe is emotional. I don't want to get in between none of this.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
The Packers also got a defensive coordinator.
I like the hire. I think he's proven. He's coached high-level defenses, ones that went to the Super Bowl.
The best 60 minutes of your day happens on the Homer Hour.
It'll be interesting to see what he brings from a schematic standpoint. Ran a lot of 3 down. This team just got rebuilt to be a 4-down team.
Weekday afternoons from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Kessler's gives you diamond choices that no one else can give you.
We have all the colors and clarities and carat weights of diamonds that come from diamond mines.
And we also have diamonds that come from plasma chambers, newborn created diamonds.
Is it time to buy an engagement ring?
Or a big anniversary diamond?
Tell them what an anniversary diamond is, Monica.
An anniversary diamond can be twice as big as the one in her engagement ring.
Why twice as big?
Every diamond makes a statement.
Okay.
The anniversary diamond says, I love you twice as much today as the day I married you.
Now tell them about our miraculous no small print warranty.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed.
It's just that simple.
And all maintenance is free forever.
No charge.
Yes, it really is that miraculous.
You found a partner you want to share your life with.
When you're ready to celebrate.
We've got a diamond for that.
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
I just think that when it comes to the level of criticism, the level of scrutiny, I know that a lot of people in the media and in fan bases across the National Football League don't like to blame Josh Allen for the shortcomings of the Buffalo Bills. That now all has to change. Similar to what we saw last year with the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow, how the conversation shifted after Burrow made all of these demands, wanted all his guys paid, and the Bengals acquiesced to that. This all changes now when it comes to how we grade Josh Allen moving forward. If he doesn't get to the Super Bowl, it's no longer about the Bills organization letting Josh Allen down. It's about Josh Allen letting everybody else down because of all of the power and control that they have ceded to him. Joe Brady himself referred to Josh Allen yesterday, and he called him the leader of the organization. Damn it, it's on Josh Allen now, nobody else.
For 100 days, I'm going to cross the 7 continents because the answers to everything important are out there at the edges of our world. I'm stepping into the unknown. Where are we going? To see our planet as it's never been seen before. From pole to pole.
Pole to Pole with Will Smith from National Geographic. Now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Show me the way.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Ben Brust here for the Princeton Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princeton Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princeton Club, because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Start your better tomorrow today and grow in all areas of your life at the Princeton Club. Join for a better tomorrow.
You're listening to Kyle Brust Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hashtag done with Alex Strofe. It's Kyle Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin.
Oh, really? Finally?
Seems harsh.
Finally?
Just like that?
I was finally in town. I was looking forward to playing pickleball. And then Strofe was in the group. And then he immediately texts, Pickle Boys!
Yeah, he's an interesting.
Pickle Boys.
He's an odd
And then...
Yeah, that's what me and Ben call ourselves.
No,
when
we don't.
play
No, that's what
pickleball
you
together.
say.
We're the Pickle Boys.
With an S or a Z?
Z, of
boys?
course.
He added a Z.
Pickle
Wow.
Boys.
Yes.
Oh, he's so cool.
He won't shut up when you play. Just won't shut up. He will not shut up. Just will not shut up.
I could see that.
I talk a
He
little
just
bit, yeah.
he stands straight up. He's never in an athletic position.
You never crouched down.
He's
Have you
never crouched
seen-
down like ready to go. He just stands.
Yeah, my arms are so long I don't need to.
No.
What?
See, like, but you're slow. You can't move.
Wait. In pickleball, do you not move laterally?
You
at
do,
all?
but he
No,
just
you do.
It's
stands
quick
there.
movements, right?
You do.
Well, then what do you mean you're standing up straight? You have long arms.
Well,
you gotta
he's
move.
just
once
a-
I'm near the kitchen, I
he's-
don't really need to move much. My
He's
arms are
just a big, tall dope out there that won't shut up.
Dope. That's
Are the Pickle Boys dead?
Oh, they're dead. They were never alive. I was never a pickle boy.
He's a
with
pickle
him.
boy. He just doesn't want to admit it. Look at him smile. He
No,
loves being a pickle boy.
I'm smiling at my image of watching him fall, like literally look like he's going to fall every second he moved laterally.
When him and I are on the same team, we unfortunately lost in the only game we
I
played together on
never
Saturday.
lose a 3-game series. These were all 1-game series.
Yes.
You don't understand. I haven't lost in 6 months, and then we have 1-game series, and I lose with you. And I'm furious.
Yeah, so we lost.
Oh, that's why he's mad.
You take ownership for the loss?
Oh, definitely. I was not on my A game on Saturday.
What is his A game?
Ben's only played with me twice, so he's never seen my A game. I played better the last time we played.
His A game comes out every 8 times.
Yeah, that's probably about right. But the nice thing about us is we're both tall and we're both lanky, and when we get up top near the kitchen, nobody can get a ball past us.
Well, they
and
did.
We just
You lost.
Well,
he was standing not near the kitchen.
Yeah,
he was
we
standing in the
struggled.
middle.
I
was like, hey,
struggling a little bit.
Go up there or
So,
go to the baseline.
Here's the thing about Benjamin Brust. Here's the thing about Ben Brust. This guy's a psychopath. He's an insane person.
How so?
So I've heard rumors about him when he does athletic things, right? He just a buddy of mine always says he just doesn't know how to turn it off. He's a Division I athlete. He's going 110% all the time, which is true, and I like that about him. That's why I like him on my team, because I can barely get it to like 80%. So to have somebody that gets it to 110%, that's a good thing. Now, we play with people we like and like respect and hang out with and have drinks with. Like, we play with people we like. So when they do something good, typically I say, hey, nice serve, or great return, right? Everybody in the group does it. Everybody in the group. It's a common thing we do, right? Nice return, nice serve. So I said that one time. Ben grabbed me by the shoulder, looked me dead in the eye and said, no. And I said, what do you mean no? And he said, we do not compliment the opponent. And then, no, he wasn't done. He said, we do not compliment the opponent. We beat them with pure brilliance.
Yeah,
and he walked away.
with like action or something.
Oh,
like,
but yeah, great action or something. It was just insane. Like,
wow,
it's 9:30.
But also, like, it wasn't that
right.
good of a serve. He just sucked and didn't get it.
Yeah,
so it's like, to me, it's be better. Don't compliment them. Be better.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too insane.
You don't understand the scenario in which we were. Okay? This is a common thing everybody does. You will back me up on that, yes?
Yes,
Everybody
yes.
in the
Everyone,
group.
good serve, good serve.
Yes, we're all very kind to one another. And Ben looks me in the eyes and he goes, we will beat them with action. It's scary.
It's scary.
Why?
If I'm on the golf course, golfing
Nice shot.
with or against my buddies, I'm not complimenting them.
Yes,
I'm
you
trying
are.
to get in their head. I'm complimenting my teammates. To compliment your opponent in the thick of things,
Only compliment scrubs.
that would be hard. Maybe after the game.
But like, if it was actually a good serve, like that's the thing.
Like, okay,
But it was a good. That one was a good serve. It was a good serve.
No, you're
Is he complimenting every point?
basically
No.
basically when he wasn't able to return it, it was a good serve.
I only whiffed on one serve the entire day.
I guess I'm confused about how do you do something athletic such as a sport where you need to move left and right and forward and backwards and you don't squat. Have you ever seen a tennis match
I
before?
do squat. He's
No, you said you stand up. You said I have long arms.
I do stand more straight up than most, I would imagine.
Pickle Boys are dead, but we're back on KVN in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
KBN's the show that never ends.
It's
Still a pretty quiet ride around the area. Mainly the delays are going to be on 43 southbound from about North Avenue down through the Marquette and onto the high-rise bridge. Westbound 94 from about 27th Street to just past Mitchell Boulevard. And eastbound from just before 76th Street all the way to Hawley Road. The rest of the system is actually still rolling along pretty well. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a slight chance for snow to the south, a low of 11. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 21. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
February means big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath makeover and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time during our February winter savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com now. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Grab the dial and crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour on KBN is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in Pella window installation. Looking for new windows, siding, roof, and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at Funk on it.
Pickle
Boys.
Pickle Boys. Oh, you guys set me up.
Pickle Boys. Pickle Boys.
And it's not hitting as good as you guys thought, too, is the best part. The Pickle Boys are dead. I never want to play pickleball with Alex Strofe ever again. If I see his name on the text, I will be then canceling and staying my ass home, then getting frustrated with somebody who's standing straight up, unathletic, talking all the time, making jokes in between every point, saying, looking at me and goes, Ben, I'm going to take over now. Ben, I'm going to take over now. Brad, you laughed at that. Could you imagine me in the moment be like, shut up?
I couldn't.
You don't say I'm going to take over now. Has he ever taken over?
No,
He says it. You've taken over?
Definitely.
How so?
I had a couple good points on Saturday.
I mean, takeover is like you just go on a run where you put the team
I
on your back.
I went on like a 5-0 run on Saturday.
Have you ever been on
really?
It was after Ben left.
Oh, okay.
My best work was when he was gone.
My brother chimes in on YouTube. Strofe wouldn't last more than 17 seconds into the Brust Family Olympics. He would be in a puddle of tears. We did a Brust Family 10-sport Olympic event back in the day.
Count me in.
No, you're on the outs. The Pickle Boys are dead. Your athletic abilities.
You can't. See, here's the thing. You said the Pickle Boys never existed. You saying they're dead.
Jeez, you got me. All right, you got me. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace,
Say
Brad
the Pickle
Nortman.
Boys had a good run. Say it.
The Pickle Boys existed, and I never want to talk about them again. Alex Strofe's running the show, 800-990-3776. If you show up and have like intensity and get in the stands and shut the bleep up and like just focus on the competition and win, then the Pickle Boys can be back.
Have you guys ever played one?
Which is the antithesis of who you are.
Never one-on-one, but we should.
Now that would be fun.
I'd get smoked. He's super athletic. I'm not.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'd get smoked. I'd do it. I like playing pickleball.
Could he score a point back?
No, actually,
so here's the thing.
No. Somebody suggests this, and I actually want to do it. I want to play to 11, ones and twos. You get
twos?
Basketball?
Yeah. You have 10. You got to score one basket.
Ooh.
Is it make it take it?
Could you do it?
Is it make it take it or no?
I'd win 10 times out of 10.
Well, he's got to make one. And the game's over.
Does it make it take it though? Because if it's make it take it, he may never touch the ball.
I would probably do not make it take it.
Oh, well then you have a chance. That means every time he scores, all you gotta do is shoot it.
Oh, I'd win.
Wow.
There's no way I wouldn't win. I just can't let you go on an 11-0 run.
Well, I mean, you can't stop him from scoring. It's not about you. It's from you just getting a bucket in.
Yeah, could he defend you well enough so that you wouldn't get one?
Don't get me wrong.
Because he will score every time.
I'd turn it over a few times. By all means, no doubt.
I don't think he would get a shot off.
Oh yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. I'd win. I just need to score once.
Yeah.
I think if we played true, no, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna.
That's an absurd.
True. Excuse me. What are you gonna?
I'm not gonna go that far.
True.
10. I actually think there's a chance. If it was like 8 points, I'd say Ben will for sure.
Yeah,
win.
8 is where I start going. I think I could still probably win, but it'd be
10
harder.
is like.
Do you think you're stopping him from scoring? Though?
Yes.
No. Strofe, I just need you to understand this, okay? Ben is 6'1",
yep.
and he's a
shorter than me. Yep.
But no,
shorter than me. Good point.
But he's significantly stronger than you,
right?
And so here's
faster.
So here's the thing in basketball: all he has to do is literally drive past you or post you up, and you cannot stop him. Just because you're tall doesn't mean you're going to be able to stop him.
Here's the thing you forgot. I got long arms.
No. I don't think you understand.
I don't need to extend my arm to create space to score on you.
I'm going to swat that bleep out of here.
No, he's the John Henson.
Get out of my lane. Get out of my lane, short boy.
He's losing because he has no strategy.
I'm less concerned about
short
how he
boy
would
doesn't
stop
belong
Ben.
in my lane.
I'm curious on how he thinks
less concerned?
Score.
Less concerned on to stop me
because he won't. But I'm saying I'm curious how you'd score. That's the only route there.
The problem is, Brad, he thinks he can score by actually trying to drive on Ben. The only way you can score is literally he gives you the ball and you shoot.
Shoot it right away.
Because as soon as you dribble, you locked up. And then all of a sudden, once he's on you, you can't do anything. You need to. What are you shaking your head?
Shaking his head.
Are you Allen Iverson?
Are you going to cross over, go between the legs, spin move?
I guess I'm forgetting that Hall of Fame coach Bo Ryan has famously said Ben Brust is the worst defender he's ever coached.
Yeah, Division I at a team that went to the national.
He also told me in my senior year that I had the most development of anybody that he's coached.
Ben, your senior year was over a decade ago. Let's close the yearbook for a moment.
You don't know what an athletic stance looks like.
At least Mike Bruzewicz is still playing overseas. You haven't played professionally in a decade.
Is Mike really still playing overseas?
Yeah, chasing the dream, man.
Yeah. Your dream ended a decade ago.
And that has anything to do with you and me, how?
You give me 1 point, I'm going to clown your ass. All
right, it's happening.
You're going to be the saddest, washed-up athlete
clown your ass.
in the state of
happening.
Wisconsin.
It's happening. You know how I looked at you at pickleball and said no into this? I am going to put your mind in a pretzel.
No. Here's the thing. Me smiling, me laughing, me talking. It's been in your head for 2 days.
That's because we were on the same team.
Yeah, you brought it up today, buddy.
We were on the same team, and we are one-on-one. The mental warfare, you will end up in tears.
Run circles around you. I run circles around you. You don't
With or without the ball?
Oh, both, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Because all I'll need is one possession, one bucket. Bye-bye, Benny. Didn't even break a sweat. You washed
one
up
possession.
Clown. You washed up clown.
All right, you guys got to pick a side.
What do you mean pick a side? There is no side to pick. This is like Russia, China, and U.S. going up against the Philippines or some small island. What do you mean? What are we talking about? This kid doesn't stand a chance. He's an island of 200.
Yeah.
300 million people. He stands no chance.
He's the undeveloped island. At least the Philippines.
Yeah.
They're like a
the Philippines. I'm sorry to the
they're
Philippines.
Like a people, like a tribal.
That was disrespectful.
It's like a tribal group that you just located existed, and they still have like sticks and huts.
That was disrespectful to the Philippines. I apologize. I apologize for anybody who is from the Philippines and I disrespected them by comparing you to
With all
Strofe.
due respect, Strofe.
Time and place, bud.
Unbelievable. I can't believe dude really said that. I can't believe he really thinks because Brad, I'm telling you, like the only way he had a chance was just catching it and shooting it. The fact that he was thinking something else. Yeah.
Greg Scalzo, Josh DiMaggio are going to be play-by-play in color.
I can't wait for this.
You guys want to be referees?
Ref what?
We need a ref.
What do you need a ref for?
You need a ref.
Charge! He charged!
You know he's going to, every time I try to dribble the basketball, he's going to slap my wrist. So I need a ref for that.
You think
he's going to reach in on me all the time.
I don't think he's going to reach. I think he's going to try to body you.
I'm just going to take the ball.
Brad, the thing you forget is he's going to overcompensate. He's going to overthink this. He's going to overtry defensively. No. I'm not actually a target. I'm not a threat. But the thing is, he's going to treat me like I am one, and that's where my upper hand comes.
So wow, that is a crazy argument.
How do you score?
he's going to overreach. I'll just go around him, and I'll lay it in. Boom, ball game.
So wait, you think you have the acceleration to go around Ben Brust and lay it up without him challenging you at the bucket?
Kyle, you're missing the entire thing about this. I need to score 1 point.
My problem is that you think getting to the basket is your best course of action? You think that? You think just not? Wait a minute. Aren't you supposed to be a 3-point specialist who hit a three-quarter shot? Like, shouldn't that be your goal? You get 10 attempts.
I'm literally asking time and place, and he just wants to talk like he does when we play pickleball. He won't do this.
I remember, and Strofe thought he could do that 3-point challenge that Mr. Flame or Mr. whoever
Beast,
Mr. Beast put out there, right? You could do like 90 or 190, whatever it was, and it's like borderline impossible. Strofe thought he could do it, so he's a sharpshooter, if anything.
I just see sharpshooter. That if you've ever seen The Office, right? And you saw the basketball episode, I feel like he's Stanley. That's the way he dribbles. Like I feel like he's Stanley. Maybe he's better than that, but my vision of athletic ability of Strofe is him being Stanley, bouncing.
That ball's gonna be. Oh man,
he's so long, and
actually, what we need to do is just video like you just throw him a basketball. And we're just videotaping him standing there. You throw him a basketball and you just say, make some moves. And then just see how he just like dribbles and plays.
Show off your handles.
I've never seen him do anything athletic. Most people have videos of childhood or playing some type of sport or doing something athletic. I'm yet to see Strofe do anything athletic. Yet to.
You've seen attempts.
1 point. You guys are missing the most important detail of this whole thing. He is giving me a 10-point lead.
Do you not think you get gassed?
I don't. One possession, Kyle. One bucket. That's all I need.
You think you'll score in the first possession?
If you give me space, I'm pulling the 3. If I make the shot, the game's over.
That should be your only strategy.
I know. I have multiple strategies.
No,
did you pump fake?
He has multiple strategies.
Let me see your pump fake. Pump fake in the camera. Let me see your pump fake.
I can't give him too much. I can't give him any film.
Name the time and place.
I'll do it tonight. I have a court in my apartment.
Oh, wow. I would happily delay my ride home for this.
I got to change shoes, but I'm wearing my office shoes today. They got no grip.
Office shoes. We gotta get it set. We gotta get social media involved. This
we need a
little more timing.
Everyone's got to pick their side.
Yeah.
I think your sides have already been picked. Yeah, Nobody believes in me.
No. I'm saying we go around the entire office.
When I win, stay over there. Stay over there.
I will.
I remember, I remember. This reminds me. This is what I envision in my head. Is we got to figure out where everyone is on this. When I was growing up in high school basketball camps, you had the one-on-one tourneys, right?
Yeah.
And then everyone would sit on a side for the person they believed would win the tourney. Like in the final game, we got to see who's get a pick that Strofe can score one basket.
One person on his side because she has to be.
No, I think she would actually sit on my side if she if it wasn't about feelings and emotions.
If she sits on your side, that's a real one. You marry her. You love someone. Exactly.
She's gonna be by herself.
That's important. That's important.
With a sign that says, "You tried, honey. I still love you."
Yeah. I can't believe Strofe actually thought he had a chance.
Not thought. You said it in past tense. I think. And I know. I will win. And 1 point, guys.
What?
God, if this was true 1-on-1 to 11, I agree. I'm losing 11-1.
What athletic
there's a key point. Shut up, Kyle. Listen to me.
Okay.
I just said if it was truly 1-on-1 to 11, I would lose 11-1. But there's a crucial detail about the score I just said. 1. All I need is 1.
Have you ever seen the movie Little Giants?
I don't watch movies.
Well, the quote is, all it takes is one time.
All it takes, 1 point.
When's the last time you played basketball one-on-one, Alex?
It's been a minute.
Okay.
I've been shooting around recently.
Russ is playing with the Knipple brothers.
NBA
players. 6'10" guys. He's worried about his frame. His frame.
You know what's going to happen? He's going to throw an elbow at my nose.
No, I'm not. I don't need to do anything.
I think he's going to need to cheat. I truly do. I think he's going to. That's why I need a referee, because I think he's truly going to need to cheat in order to beat me, and that should tell you the sad state of affairs that we're in.
We need to give an award for the most delusional individual at Good Karma Brand.
This isn't delusion.
My good
You're
friend
asking
Alex
me to
Trophy
score
is
1 point.
Yeah.
1 point. That's all you're at. 1. Again. That's the part you guys are delusional about. It's 1 point. 1.
But it's you.
It's you. But it's you. Everything you do, you suck at.
It could be a freaking circus shot. As long as it goes in the hoop once,
You
it
think
counts.
you're going to get that close for a circus shot. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yes, the fact that he's even resorting to his head, it could be a circus shot that goes in.
Doing a 30-foot hook shot?
I'm trying to play in my head the sequence that would have to unfold
for him to score.
I'm trying. I'm still thinking.
My shoelaces would have to be tied together.
No, he just needs to get the ball and shoot it every time.
Yeah, but when I check it to him, he's not going to have space to shoot it.
As soon as he gets it, he shoots it.
I didn't realize how much the people I surround myself with disrespect me. This has been an enlightening 20 minutes.
Have you seen
your videos across social media? Have you seen how embarrassing you've been athletically?
All in
Have you seen what of an indictment you've been to ESPN Wisconsin athletically?
Can you do a little jump shot for me?
Yeah, give us a little jump shot.
I can't give. I already told you I can't give him any.
No, catch it and let me see you do your little
throw him the ball. Throw him the imaginary ball.
I'm practicing tonight.
Chest pass.
By the way, you should practice by playing one-on-one. Shooting by yourself on a hoop ain't gonna help you.
Yeah, you need some exhibition games.
Ben, you realize if you lose, what that will do for your career. It's going to plummet.
I mean, it is.
I mean, this is career suicide.
Using career suicide because Jason Wilde used it? Cute.
My mentor, yeah. So I bet he'd have my side. Should I ask him?
Giannis Antetokounmpo. Strofe would score a point on him one-on-one, am I right?
It's 1 point. It's 1 point.
You just let Ben get away with comparing himself to Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I was not doing that. I'm talking about you versus him.
I mean, the gap between Giannis and Ben
played
is
on the same
smaller
court
than you
as Giannis in summer league.
Yeah, the gap is
in 2013 maybe.
There's a big gap between you two.
The gap between me and Ben is closer than the gap between Giannis.
Ben can legitimately
that's not true at all.
Ben could probably train for 6 hard months. He could be at the end of the bench and get garbage time in an NBA game. Garbage time. When I say garbage time, I mean standing out there. He can let one rip.
Still, he's 35. Kyle, his career's been over for a decade.
I believe.
Play shooter.
I believe Ben Brust,
spot shooter.
Yeah, all you gotta do is stand out there and catch and shoot it.
You guys actually think you sound right? You actually think the things you're saying sound correct?
I don't know about today.
Ben
NBA.
Brust could go on a basketball court with 30 seconds left in a game where the Bucks is losing, 100 and something to 70 something like a couple days ago, and be out there they ain't got nothing to lose.
Stroke will be running the wrong way.
Kyle, given your argument, you could be out there too.
It's different. Ben actually has the ability to be out there.
I think if Ben had 3 minutes in an NBA game, and that in that time he could probably get a bucket. He'd get a bucket.
I mean,
I know I couldn't get a bucket.
He can shoot. I don't know
I
about
might be able to
get a bucket.
Giannis Antetokounmpo next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Ben, the irony of you saying this guy sounds like a tool and thinks he's better than everybody else.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We're starting to see some delays on the bypass heading westbound from 27th Street all the way out past 60th. We've also got eastbound slowing down out of the Hale interchange all the way to about 76th Street. Eastbound 94, you're seeing delays from 76th almost to Hawley Road. Westbound is going to be slow from 27th to Hawley. And southbound 43, watch for delays from before North Avenue all the way down onto the high-rise bridge. Traffic is brought to you by Geist Garage Doors. For over 70 years, Geist Garage Doors has been the local trusted name for garage door sales, service, and repair. Visit GeistDoors.com and don't think twice, call Geist. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy, a slight chance for snow to the south, a low of 11. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 21. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
I'm going to tell you this, there will be more scrutiny, so I think he better get off to a fast start.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Because I can already picture whomever we play right out of the gates. I got a hunch the old Fire Gannon hashtags are going to be warmed up and ready to go if things don't start well. He is not going to have a ton of built-in grace at that position.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Tired of waking up exhausted? That dad bod weighing you down? Let's get you back to the old you. If your energy, focus, and drive aren't what they used to be, your hormones could be out of balance. At Mentality, we'll dig into what's really going on, then build a personalized, science-backed plan using hormone therapy and peptide treatments to get your brain and your body back on track. So stop telling yourself you're just getting older. Book your appointment now at lowtusa.com. Right now, all new patient labs are covered in your treatment plan. That's a savings of $250. Go to lowtusa.com.
Two hearts are interlinked,
Intertwined.
permanently connected like two links in a chain.
the perfect symbol of a lifetime commitment.
One of the hearts is silver white.
The other is silver pink.
And each of the hearts is inlaid with tiny little diamonds that glitter like stars on a clear winter night.
The interlinked hearts are hanging on to each other as they dangle on the end of a chain.
Another perfect symbol of having a life partner.
It's not only the perfect symbol of a lifetime commitment, it's an incredibly beautiful diamond pendant.
Just $238.
The Kissing Hearts Diamond Pendant is part of the Kissing Hearts collection at Kessler's.
Even though it's just $238, it's still one of the most expensive things in the collection.
I'm buying the two-tone Kissing Hearts cross.
The mother and child is spellbinding.
There's a Kissing Hearts ring.
Kissing Hearts earrings.
And 19 other Kissing Hearts pendants.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Brewers mini ticket plans for the 2026 season are available now with 6-game, 12-game, and build your own plan options. You can pick or build the best plan for your schedule, whether you're gearing up for tailgates under the sun, the thrill of the home runs, or the eruptions of walk-off wins. Brewers mini plans have you covered for the 2026 season with specially discounted ticket rates and more exclusive perks in each plan. Check out all the mini plan options available for 2026 now at brewers.com/ticket plans.
For the big game this year, upgrade what's in your cooler. Meet Carbless, handcrafted premium cocktails in a can made with real spirits and big, bold flavor. Zero sugar, zero carbs, only 100 calories, and gluten-free. Carbless delivers bartender quality cocktails that are easy to enjoy from kickoff to the final play. Perfect for watch parties, game day spreads, or packed living rooms. When the food is hot and the game is loud, crack open a cold Carbless. Stock up on flavors like black raspberry, lemon lime, and pineapple before game day. Carbless, full of flavor, ready for kickoff.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
'26 could be your best year yet, but it surely won't be if you got pain in your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or your back. But luckily, QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, and they're right here in the Milwaukee area. Greenfield, Mac 1, I've been to the Greenfield location. Every time I stop in there, I am truly amazed at the cellular tools in their toolkit to get rid of that inflammation, get rid of that pain, and get you feeling your best life. 40,000 people. That is how many satisfied patients that they have had that's already living their life and experiencing something of a miracle that is QC Kinetics treatment. No pain, no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Just feeling the way that you want to feel, giving QC Kinetics regenerative treatments and getting you back to your best year ever. They're going to put you on a personal path to a pain-free life after your free consultation and giving you all the expertise you need to be living your best life. Call QC Kinetics today for that free consultation. 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Bradley Nortman, Alex Strobes running the show. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless talk and text line. I want to know if you're drinking the same Kool-Aid as Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. Evan Cohen, Chris Candy, Michelle Smallman. Here is Evan Cohen on what the Bucks should be doing at the trade deadline.
The team that has to make a move by Thursday, obviously, the Milwaukee Bucks. But don't trade Giannis. Get everybody else out of there. Take advantage of the fact that you have Miles Turner that teams would want, and he plays well actually with Giannis, and actually get as much off the books, get as many potential young players and picks, where if you could ever convince Giannis to stay, it could be because, hey, look what we have the opportunity to put next to you by Thursday. I would try to subtract, and I would not subtract Giannis. I would not trade Giannis by Thursday if I'm them. You still have a shot here. He has not technically asked out. In Shams' reporting, there's 2 options for his removal, now or over the summer, and I'd wait for the summer if I'm the Milwaukee Bucks.
I think at the end, we all agree, wait for the summer, but ain't no way trading everything possible to get even younger is going to help convince somebody who wants to win a championship in the years that it takes to build something to win a championship is not going to have the patience to do so.
Yeah, I almost wish that Giannis could hear Evan, and then Giannis could say back, well, how am I going to win a championship then in the next 4 years? Because I think Giannis has 4 to 5 elite years. Young players and picks, especially the way that John Horst picks them, I mean, this team has no level of assets.
You could be under the assumption that they use those picks to trade for players.
Oh, please don't.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Or maybe if there's a couple of lottery picks this year.
Horst has been aggressive with his picks. He likes trading picks, man.
No,
5 second rounders for Jay Crowder.
Yeah, he loves trading picks.
You're going to, if this were to happen, you'd be desperately trying to revamp it, and I think that you're even further away. Giannis has made it clear he wants a second championship, and he's going to be in his prime for 4 to 5 years. In 4 to 5 years, Milwaukee Bucks will not be able to figure out how to get young players and picks to play with Giannis. It would be nothing but a prayer and a hope to have Giannis be able to have faith in the Bucks organization, be able to pull this off. So even though it sounds good, the best way forward is just a separate.
Yeah, the Bucks needed to convince Giannis that they needed a gap year. That this could have been a gap year. Y'all know what a gap year is?
Oh, gap year?
The Bucks needed a little bit of a gap year to be like, hey, Giannis, listen, we're going to suck this year. All right, but we're going to suck this year, but what we're going to do is we're going to build everything for next year. But unfortunately, the Bucks weren't able to do that, and they got extremely aggressive, and they got Miles Turner, and they tried to sell us on the fact that, this team is going to be better, when in reality, it's just not good. And so this would have been a great idea if you would have taken this year to truly say, we're going to aim for 2026, 2027 season, but the Bucks went all in as they could.
Not even getting Miles Turner.
Yeah, not even getting Miles Turner would have been taking a gap year. Not waiving Damian Lillard and then allowing for him to go sign somewhere else, and then you're saving that $20 million for the next 4 seasons now. So the Bucks failed at doing that. So this is a smart idea if you would have went about it properly, but now it's just entirely too late, and you can't convince Giannis to sit here and wait the next 3 years, because Giannis will be my age, mid-30s, by the time the Bucks were going to be ready to compete again if you go this way. So it's over with Giannis. That's what people need to understand. It's over with Giannis, not because he hates Milwaukee, but simply because he wants to win.
Even if you fire sale, how much can you get for these guys?
You can get some first-round picks, maybe.
That's not very compelling.
He gets first-round picks, maybe.
I think Miles Turner could maybe get you a first-round
He's a
pick.
10-year vet with a monster contract.
You're almost offloading it for your back.
And then if you trade him, you got to match player contracts.
Kyle Kuzma may get you something.
No.
Something?
In the future, a swap.
This is not compelling for Giannis.
Bobby Portis can get you something.
4 years ago? I know he's shooting a high percentage. It's great and all, but he's not the same player as he was even 2 years ago and what he could provide.
I mean, if the Bucks is giving up 5 second-round
How old
picks
is
for
Bobby
Jay Crowder,
now?
Bobby's 32.
32. Wow.
Maybe he's only 31. 30. He's still young.
He's still young.
BP's still young.
To think you can get a mountain of young players and draft picks from this roster, it's just not going to happen. The only asset on your team is Giannis, because you don't have anything going forward much anyway. You might get a little lottery pick this year.
Picks.
I mean, no, I do agree, because a lot of this does get caught in the frame of the Giannis part of it. But if you don't think Giannis is going to be here in the summer, well, they should be offloading and dumping picks regardless of the Giannis situation. Noah in the 920 on the Carbless Talking text line 800-990-3776.
Yeah, I mean, either way, you should be getting rid of Miles Turner. You should be getting rid of Kyle Kuzma. You should be tanking. You should be trying to get as many draft picks as you possibly can, whether you trade Giannis right now or later.
And man, but again, as Kyle just said, like, even though I agree with Noah, we talked about how each player, with where they were at and when they moved on from them, they were never able to truly maximize the value of what they would get back for, like the Chris Middletons, Bobby, Brooke, like that ship is, and I know some of those guys are gone, obviously, but when you could have gotten the most, it was in the championship-ish window after 2021, 2022, they had a chance. But if they, again, in 2023, looked at and said, all right, we have 3-4 more years with Giannis, let's move on from some of the loyalty because it's going to give you the best chance to win a second championship, Giannis. Now we're looking at, 3 first-round exits in a play-in game or missing the playoffs?
Listen, miss the playoffs. It's over. We just need to understand that it's over when it comes to Giannis because we don't have the general manager that can build a team around him. And this season, at this point, is all about what does 2026, 2027, and 2028 look like. That is what we need to figure out. The organization needs to... No, well, the organization...
Dark?
You have an opportunity where it doesn't look bleak. It can be bad in the moment, but you can say there's a promising future if you're able to draft right this year, if you're able to maybe bring some good players.
You trust John Horst drafting, don't you?
Well, it's not about whether I trust him because I don't.
Top 5 pick, maybe.
But I would hope that the organization...
You've done this all day.
What am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to say, John Horst, you just be honest with me. You should be scared crapless. I'm scared that John Horst will make these picks, and if he's making these picks, they're probably going to suck too because his picks suck.
I think
just be honest with me. Don't do the hope thing.
It is hard to imagine you messing it up in this draft class.
If you're top 6.
The Bucks are trending towards that right now.
They are trending.
They're trending towards it, and so it is hard to imagine him screwing this one up. Like, for real, if you screw this one up, then boy, oh boy, they should definitely ban you from being in the state of Wisconsin ever again.
I don't know. No, slow down. He brought in Drew Holiday. They won a championship.
Listen,
he brought in a championship. That is on his resume forever.
If you mess up the top 5 this year in this draft with all this talent, then you suck. I'm just telling you this right now.
How do you know the Bucks are gonna? How do you know the NBA is gonna care about Milwaukee if they rig the lottery?
They need to rig it, please.
Why would they rig it for Milwaukee?
Because look at the greatness that Giannis brought here. We can be great. I'm yet to see an NBA franchise do what the Bucks did outside Fiserv Forum. 100,000 people. I ain't seen that yet.
It was pretty sick.
That was pretty unbelievable.
So I'm telling you, Milwaukee had, I'm not saying we're going to get our 5 years off from attention, and then when we come back, the city will be behind it. The city needs to be rejuvenated. Nobody's going to games because everybody's down in the dumps. It is time for a reset.
Speaking of a reset, to Alex Stroh's left and my right is a brand new wheel of Stroh. Wheel for the wheel of Stroh. Can we just hear how it sounds?
It's not good. It doesn't make sounds.
No.
Listen.
Wait,
what
happened? How did you put it together? Why does it sound like that?
What's happening?
It's not spinning right.
How much money you spend on this wheel?
$15. $20.
You get what you pay for next.
Yeah, no kidding.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
That is completely unacceptable. It is unacceptable for a team to
unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Is acceptable? Unacceptable?
Unacceptable.
Unaccessible.
Wait, what?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Well, it's a little slow. Westbound 94 from 27th Street all the way past Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound's backed up from about 84th Street, just past 68th. We've also got delays eastbound 894. This is a shorter delay from the Hale all the way to Forest Home. Westbound side's backed up from 27th Street past Loomis to about 60th Street. And then southbound 43 still going to be heavy from about Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette and over the high rise. Another little heavy spot between Chase and the KK River crossing. Traffic is brought to you by Racine Danish Kringles. Valentine's Day is around the corner. Time to get a heart-shaped Kringle with pink icing in raspberry, chocolate silk, cherry, and pecan flavors. Order at Kringle.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a slight chance for snow to the south, a low of 11. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 21. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Imagine working with a contractor that quits halfway through a project or never calls you back when you have questions. Or worse, takes your money and you never see them again. Unfortunately, we hear about them all the time. Hi, this is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, and Siding Unlimited is absolutely not that company. Siding Unlimited has been doing business for 32 years, proving to be an honest, ethical, and forthright company. If you're looking for the honest guys for your next siding, windows, roofing, and doors project, stop by sidingunlimited.com today.
This Valentine's month, Milwaukee Weight Loss is sharing the love with $300 off during our Valentine's sale. Now through February 28th only. It's the perfect time to fall in love with the result-getting Milwaukee Weight Loss program. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no counting points or calories, no drugs, no surgery, and no injections with the risk of serious side effects. Whether you want to look great for Valentine's Day, an upcoming event, or just for you, you can start losing those unwanted pounds right now. No more losing weight and gaining it back. This program helps you keep the weight off for good. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Homer here. I've already lost 10 pounds since I started the journey. Now it's your time to show yourself some love with $300 off. Hurry. This Valentine's sale ends February 28th. Patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. Call 262-235-3980 now for your free consultation or MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is teeing up the third tournament of the season with another can't-miss event and $1,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. Hey, ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Olson, inviting you to a two-man scramble at the iconic TPC Scottsdale, all played on Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's spacious state-of-the-art simulator. Sign up now at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. It's just $120 per team, and teams must get their round in by February 28th. Your chance to take on TPC Scottsdale starts today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Real James Imaging Systems clients. You've heard them right here on the radio for years. For instance, Chris Willems, office manager with Previan Law Firm.
I like the fact that the company is local and I can always get a hold of my representative who I have on speed dial or I have a cell phone.
Then there's James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark, who oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors.
If I do need service, they're here almost within 4 hours every time. I've never had an issue where I'm like, where is that guy?
James Imaging Systems business technology client Lori Salzman, Vice President of Enterprise Services at Junior Achievement of Wisconsin.
I've never met an organization that is so responsive to make sure that we are up and running all the time for us to be more efficient and allow us to focus more on the work that we do for helping young people.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. To learn more, visit jamesimaging.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Time now to debut what we already found out is probably not going to go as well as we hoped. It's the new wheel that Strofe has for the Wheel of Strofe.
It's time for the
Wheel of Strofe.
Alrighty, another day, another buckaroony, and a good buckaroony, because apparently they like this segment so much to the higher-ups that they allowed me to purchase a new wheel. Let's see how the first ever spin goes on the all-new
Wheel of Strofe.
Oh my God! Who put it together? He put it together. Strofe, what happened?
I don't know. It was working before.
Did you use like the wrench thing that they give you, the little Allen wrench?
It was working before.
It's wobbling.
It's not on tight.
That is a discount wheel right there.
Give me a second. All right, hold on. I think I got it. I just don't know how much it'll actually spin. There we go. Much better. Oh
my gosh.
It spins quickly
Yellow,
and stops abruptly.
Orange, whatever.
How disappointing
It's wobbling.
Is that?
We'll work on it. Guys, every once in a while I wonder, if I wasn't doing this, what would I be doing?
That's a great question.
Annoying somebody else somewhere.
And on today of all days, I think, could I have been a history teacher? Speak about some of the things that have happened in years past. Maybe some rivalries that are forgotten about in the 21st century. Brad, do you know what today is?
Groundhog's Day?
Today is Groundhog's Day. Ben, do you know what Groundhog's Day is?
Kinda.
What's that mean?
I don't know. The groundhog comes out and you see a shadow.
And where's the groundhog from?
I don't know, and I don't care because it's a stupid day.
They're from all over.
No, the main one's in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. That's what they want you to believe.
Oh!
Brad. They want you to believe that Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, all fancy, has the official groundhog, many of which know him as Punxsutawney Phil. However, dating back to the 1800s, Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, and Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, where I used to live, have a long-standing rivalry.
Oh.
Way back in the late 1800s, a congressman by the name of Glenn Davis, who was the congressional, was in Congress.
I know, Big Baby Dave. He locked up.
From different Glenn Davis. He put on the congressional record that all groundhogs from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin were legitimate, and that those in Pennsylvania were not legitimate groundhogs. We shouldn't listen to them.
What a life they have.
Why?
Hijinks went on for decades between these two cities, Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, and Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, until finally in 1952, Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania had finally had enough. Writing in the Punxsutawney Press, quote, Sun Prairie is a remote two-cow village buried somewhere in the wilderness.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Coming from Punxsutawney.
Yeah, huh? Who do you think Punxsutawney is?
And so Punxsutawney said this about Sun Prairie early in the year. And on February 2nd of 1952, the 4th annual celebration of Groundhog's Day in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, Sun Prairie declared itself the groundhog capital of the world. That was their response to Punxsutawney, calling them a two-cow remote village. They're the groundhog capital of the world, damn it. And for 74 years now, Punxsutawney has not had the trademark for groundhog capital of the world, though. No. Sun Prairie, Wisconsin has. So what does that tell you about Punxsutawney Phil, Brad?
They won
He's a fraud.
No, they won the PR battle.
I tell you what, they branded themselves well.
Jimmy, the groundhog in Sun Prairie, who saw his shadow today.
No, they got to change that name.
Well, Jimmy, wait. If you don't see your shadow, it's good, right?
If you see your shadow, 6 more weeks of winter, I believe.
So that means a longer winter?
Yes.
So that Punxsutawney Phil got the bad news. It was longer winter.
Yes.
While Jimmy today in Sun Prairie got good news. Early spring. Early spring. And next year will be 75 years of the comment. Remote two-cow village versus groundhog capital of the world. 75 years next year. Big one coming up. But I would just like to put it out there that Sun Prairie, Wisconsin is the groundhog you should listen to because we're going to have an early spring, baby.
I'll say this. Sun Prairie, Wisconsin may have lost the Groundhog's Day battle, but Punxsutawney has 5,000 people that live there, and Sun Prairie is significantly larger than that.
Yeah.
They won the real war of the economy and being a thriving community.
How do they detect if the groundhog sees its shadow?
I think you just look, right?
No, but
if it actually sees its shadow. Oh, that's a great idea.
Because they're saying the groundhog saw its shadow.
I don't know. I think this is...
You enjoyed that history lesson, didn't you?
I think you should
I actually really
keep your day job.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I actually just did the history lesson bit on my day job.
Oh, wow. He got you with that one.
And we're all dumber for it.
And the wheel's going to be janky.
Oh, that wheel is so disappointing.
How? Maybe it's you.
It's so disappointing.
Yeah, and this guy's going to score 1 point on me.
I think it's the screw down here, and they actually didn't give me a screwdriver is the issue. So this is all hand screwed.
So we don't have a hand. We don't have a screwdriver.
I'm going to bring it home, and I'll fix it. Little WD-40 on the puppy. Exactly.
What do you mean WD-40 for? It's brand new.
That's a good point by you. Hey, congratulations.
There's no rust on that thing.
What are we doing?
Congratulations to Matt's brother, Mike LaFleur, the new head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, replacing now Packers defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon. Time is a flat circle. Congrats to Mike.
Yeah, congrats, Mike.
Yeah. Hey, now you have somebody else to compare him to.
Do we take pride in our head coach's little brother getting I'm very confused by the reaction of Green Bay. That's why I bring this up. I'm very confused by the reaction from Green Bay fans this week. Why are we congratulating him? He has nothing to do with us other than he's our head coach's brother.
Well, Matt LaFleur's
cool, man.
Ours, so.
He's going to an awful organization. He's going to get fired in 2 years.
Yeah, he probably is.
Why are we acting like we're happy for him?
I would be curious.
We know nothing about him.
I would be
he could
curious
be an awful person.
What those Madden games as kids were like between them. You had two offensive minds playing against one another in the LaFleur household. Now that would be a battle of the Titans. Two future head coaches.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for him just because I like Matt LaFleur and it's pretty cool. But you're like, Stroh, he's probably going to get fired a couple years from now. It sounded like they wanted Clint Kubiak anyways, and he decided to go with the Raiders, so they were stuck with Mike LaFleur.
We'll see if he uses his timeouts better in Arizona.
Would you be down if the fired Mike LaFleur was hired as OC by Matt LaFleur?
I think he was looking at his brother.
He almost hired him in 2019.
Really?
His first year on the job.
Wow.
Yeah. Almost hired him, but I think people were looking at him sideways because it was like, you're a first-year head coach, you're in the 27th best offense in the league last year, and you're a hired brother?
Yeah.
Well, it would have been a good hire, because look at him now.
Maybe I was just spinning it the wrong way.
Did you do this Groundhog Day thing on Mr. Irrelevant today?
I did it a little bit differently, but it was brought up.
Dr. Denver Dan and Josh DiMaggio on his day job today said it ruined Mr. Irrelevant when he talked about Groundhog Day.
And you tried to ruin our show.
Yeah, it's recycling crappy content.
No, I didn't recycle. It was told differently. Brad enjoyed himself.
I thought it was fascering.
You guys didn't know this?
No. In your defense, I love history, and I thought it was very interesting. I found myself Googling.
Boring.
He just doesn't like anything I bring up.
Boring.
Well, he also doesn't like anything that has to do with school and learning.
He also just doesn't be entertained. That wasn't entertaining.
Yeah, it was entertaining as hell. You didn't know that. Sun Prairie, Wisconsin used to live there.
Education versus entertainment is a little different.
It wasn't only educational. I was telling you about
beef.
It
was a little closer to the Reading Rainbow than we want to be.
This is historic beef.
That's a great show, though.
This is a very great show, but it's on PBS.
This is beef 70 years before the term beef existed.
Okay, Stroh.
Brian Bulaga.
You had a rough one today.
Yeah, what do you think Brian Bulaga would have done with that segment? He'd be like, oh, okay.
Oh, Brian's a history buff. He would have loved that stuff.
How do you know that to be true?
Because I know Brian.
You just make stuff up. So you lie quite a bit.
This is
like the
all-time
fibber.
lie.
Yeah, it's like
Brian's a history buff. I'm not making this up.
We should ask him that on the other side.
He made up a lie on Friday, and we just had to just rip him for it. I forgot what it was.
I forgot what it was because it's hard to keep track of them all now.
So many lies.
Brian Bulaga, the alleged history buff, joins us next.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman.
I'm with you on moving on.
Yeah, move on. Like a bad relationship.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some... Why are you throwing... I don't want...
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
There's never been a better time to experience Pella in person and get all your questions answered. Join us at the Neary Spring Home Improvement Show, February 13th through the 15th at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Book your in-home consultation at the show and receive a free DesignWorks rendering. Rest easy with Pella's 10-year limited warranty and get 0% interest for up to 48 months. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered with fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel. Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Come grow with us at Glenroy. For more than 6 decades, our family-owned company has built its reputation on quality, reliability, and providing strong career opportunities in our community. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Here, you'll find competitive wages, a clean, modern workspace, fully vested 401k, yearly bonus award, and the chance to build a manufacturing career with purpose. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers.
It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Matrix Basements.
Despite holding an 8-point lead at the half, Marquette could not hold off a comeback from Big East foe Seton Hall as they fell 69-64. The loss brings the Golden Eagles to an 8-14 overall record and 3-9 in Big East play. Sophomore Royce Parham was sensational as he had 17 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Freshman Nigel James Jr. also chipped in 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Here's head coach Shaka Smart after the loss.
It was choppy. I mean, it was a physical game. Just too many turnovers against a team like Seton Hall. They make you pay, and we turned the ball over 16 times. Not good enough.
The Golden Eagles will get a week to rest before returning home to take on Butler for National Marquette Day on Saturday.
Brought to you by Matrix Basements. Visit gomarquette.com/matrix to enter to win 4 tickets to National Marquette Day Saturday, February 7th, when Marquette hosts Butler. You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We're wrapping up Kyle, Brust, and Nortman before the Homer Hour with Bryan Bulaga. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Bryan, welcome to the show.
How we doing, guys?
Doing well, Bryan. I think a great place to start is where Jason Wilde said he needed to think about it more after Brad had asked Jason, is this Goody's most important offseason because of trading for Micah Parsons last offseason, a lot of potential free agents moving on. You didn't have depth last year. You're going to have to fill some spots. You don't have a first-round pick. How do you see this from a Goody standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a big offseason. Obviously, the trade and the picks and all those things, that's a big factor. But listen, I think Golden's going to be a great player. He was a first-round pick last year, but Goody's done a lot of great work in the second, third, and fourth rounds.
I guess let me jump in your expertise here, because there's a potential that like a Rasheed Walker, a Sean Ryan, Elton Jenkins, Jason doesn't say that Aaron Banks is a going to happen. Yeah. So when you look at that, after the Philly game last year when they lost, they said they were going to revamp the offensive line. They definitely made investments in that. How comfortable are you with where they're at there for Jordan Love?
I don't feel amazing about the depth of the offensive line right now, or who's going to be the starters in the offensive line right now. I think that to me is probably, maybe if you look at corner and offensive line, those are probably the 2 positions that, I'm most interested to see, what moves Goody makes this offseason. And protecting your $55 million a year investment is very important. That's just what it is. And you watch back some of these games and some of the shots he was taking towards the end of the season and things like that. Like, you just can't have those things. Like, you just can't have that happen and lose your starter in the business end of the season, your starting quarterback, and it costs you games and things like that. You just can't have that. So how you're going to protect him, to me, is vital. And obviously some of those guys you mentioned will not be back. The Banks one, I have no idea how that's going to play itself out. I have no idea what they're thinking there. But say he does go. Say they let him walk and they decide to move on. I mean, you're filling a lot of positions with not a lot of depth behind it. So that means you're looking at brand new starters, whether it's through the draft or free agency or whatever it may be. And that's difficult. It's a little scary. But at the same time, it can be done. But if you go through the draft, which Green Bay likes to do, it's unproven, right? Like, you don't know how they're going to perform at the NFL level as rookies right off the get. And
especially when you look at Jordan Morgan, a first-round pick, and Belton as a second-round pick. It's not like Belton did a horrible job, but he was, he had to come in there and play guard, and they moved Jordan Morgan, who came in as left tackle, didn't win the left tackle job. And so he's likely going to move there, and you hope that works out. So it's a little uneasy to me.
Yes, 100%. I'm with you. And that to me is probably right now, again, with corner. Corner has a lot of questions, but offensive line, there's a lot more spots to replace, so to speak, or try to rebuild.
After sitting back and digesting the Jonathan Gannon defensive coordinator hire for Matt LaFleur, I went back and LaFleur talks about when they played Arizona, how he's such a scheme guy, how he uses deception and, disguising looks, and it's hard to tell what they're doing. The more I think about that, I've developed a theory that Matt LaFleur realized that this defense can't win straight up. They can't win just beating their one-on-one battles, D-line, cornerbacks. And if they're going to win, they have to do it with some level of deception and high level of scheme. Is that an unfair theory for me to characterize this defense and how Matt LaFleur views it?
That's I guess you maybe it's maybe a little unfair. I think when you had Micah and he was, rushing the passer, you could line up and go at offenses and feel good about matchups and things like that. I mean, what he does is, wreck games, and he's able to apply a lot of pressure on quarterbacks and put guys in bad situations and offenses in bad situations. You remove that piece. The defense is going to struggle. And I know it's like, well, that's only one guy. Well, yeah, that's a pretty important guy, right? I mean, that's a pretty important guy when you remove him. And I don't know if Gannon, if you look at it like he's all smoke and mirrors and deception and things like that. I think you kind of look at his defenses, and he's played a bunch of different ones, right? I mean, he's played 4 down, he's played 3 down. Sometimes they play jam fronts, which is all 5 guys are covered up. I mean, that's part of his front as well, or kind of his bag of tricks. I think it's putting guys in right positions to win when you have your full personnel. And to me, and disguises on the back end. You got to be able to disguise on the back end efficiently and confuse quarterbacks and things like that. But I think when you have a healthy arsenal of players, this defense can do good things in mano-a-mano situations. But when you start losing guys, like Micah Parsons, it's going to make things a lot more difficult to try to scheme things. Even if you try to scheme it, it's going to make it very difficult.
Brian, how risky would it be for the Green Bay Packers to go into next season potentially having 4 either new or young offensive linemen out of the 5 that they have for Jordan Love in his protection?
Yeah, I think it's risky. It's difficult because there's so much expectation on the team in general, right? I expect this team to be an NFC Championship type of team.
Can it be an offensive line like that next year?
With 4 or
we're basically going young with Morgan, young with Belton, and then maybe a new guard and new center?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because those guys have to be able to adjust to the NFL game, and then obviously as they're adjusting, perform at a high level all at the same time. It's difficult to do. It takes time,
and then you need depth too, which we've seen.
Yeah, you need some guys to be able to back them up just in case, because we've seen how injuries play a huge factor throughout an NFL season, especially on the offensive line. It seems like that's been a plague for them. So it's certainly dangerous to play with that fire, but they may be in the situation to have to do that. And hopefully Goody, brings in the right guys that are ready to go right from the jump. But there's always an adjustment period with that.
Well, we're all going to find out together, and we will hear from Brian Gutekunst on Wednesday at 12:30. So stay tuned to hear from the urgency man, Brian Gutekunst. Thanks, Brian.
All right, guys.
Coming up next on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and of course, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee is the Homer Hour with Brian Bulaga. In 2 minutes, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
The show that never ends.
Back up from westbound 94, really slowing down from 17th Street all the way past Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound's backed up from about 84th Street to Hawley Road. We've also got backup southbound 43 from North Avenue all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge to the KK River. Northbound, very heavy from Kilbourne all the way up to Locust. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, tonight mostly cloudy, a slight chance for snow to the south, a low of 11. Tomorrow mostly sunny, a high of 21. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is teeing up the third tournament of the season with another can't-miss event and 1,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. Hey, ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellison, inviting you to a two-man scramble at the iconic TPC Scottsdale, all played on Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's spacious state-of-the-art simulator. Sign up now at wisconsindoorgolfcenter.com. It's just $120 per team, and teams must get their round in by February 28th. Your chance to take on TPC Scottsdale starts today at wisconsindoorgolfcenter.com.
Hey Tom, I want a new hoop for the kids. Any ideas?
Yeah, I got mine from Precision Sports over 10 years ago. They helped me choose the right hoop, installed it, and even painted my court lines.
Nice. How do I reach them?
Easy. PrecisionSportsOnline.com for a free quote.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
This is Brian Bulaga. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN.
94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. It's time for the best 60 minutes